Oh, yeah! You know what time it is. That's right, it's time for the Eddie and Webby podcast! Yo, I'ma bust out some theme song action for you. Check it out. The Eddie and Webby show is the place to be. They're talking about beer and pickleball and technology. So if you didn't know, now you know. 'Cause it's time for the Eddie and Webby show.
On today's episode, Eddie and Webby see who can drink a gallon of eggnog first. This is the Eddie and Webby podcast.
Pickleball, pickleball, it's pickleball and... Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie. This is our 80th podcast.
Oh, yeah. Episode number 80, and I cannot believe this. Our year-end special is the milestone episode number 80. How crazy is that?
It's crazy how it worked out that way. And I got to tell you, Webby, I love doing these year-end episodes. I know this is only our third, but there's something about it that's so much fun. It's cool to go back and take a look at all the amazing stuff that's happened in the past year. Maybe we like to drink a little bit more than we normally do, and it's just you and me hanging out, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I absolutely love this show. It's a way for us to reflect, look back at all the cool things that happened over the year. I mean, it's no surprise to anybody. I mean, 2020 was a dumpster fire of a year, but I mean, at least there were some good things that happened this year, and we're gonna showcase them tonight.
That's right. Hey guys, guess what? We are live. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. And for let's go with 5 people that care, we are live on Twitch as well. And this show is meant to be interactive. So if you have comments or questions for us, please feel free to throw them down below. If you guys have a favorite moment of 2020 that you would like to share, please throw it in the comments below as well. Right, Webby?
Yeah, absolutely. Share some comments, share some memories with us, and we'll read your comment on the screen if we like it enough.
That's right. If you guys are tuning in Facebook, I actually did put a poll out there for the very first time. I've never done it before. I hope it works out well. But Webby and I bought each other dollar store gifts. This is the second year we've done that in a row. We want to open them live with you guys. But we want to know who should open theirs first, whether that's this guy here or that guy there. Go ahead, and if you're on Facebook and you see the poll there, go ahead and select who you think should open their gifts first, and then we'll know, right? We'll let you guys decide.
Yep. So basically, vote for your favorite. Are you team Eddie or are you team Webby? And whoever's your favorite gets to open their presents first tonight.
I like it. You know what, Webby? I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna vote for you because it's the holiday season. And it's time to, put competition aside and just share the love. I'm going to actually go to that poll right now and select Webby. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that is very nice of you. You're a much better man than I am because I was about to vote for myself. But yeah, we make a good team because we have such contrasting, I don't know, whatever. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Oh, we haven't even started drinking yet.
Personalities. That's the word. I just couldn't come. When we go live, just something happens, and I get very forgetful. But yeah, we have different personalities, and I feel like that's why we jive so well, and we're such a great team.
Gotcha. I agree with you. Webby, usually we introduce a guest and then crack open a beverage and do a couple other things, but what do you say we do that before we even get into anything else at this point?
Ooh, crack a drink before we do anything. You know what? I am 100% down. I would love to do that.
Well, why don't you go ahead and share with everyone out there what it is that you're going to be consuming all of tonight, meaning that bottle's got to be empty by the time the show is over.
Oh, man. Don't mind if I do. I'm pretty excited about it. In fact, it's kind of starting to become tradition for this end of the year show to drink this beer. And what I have here is a giant bomber of the 2019 edition of CBS from Founders Brewing, also known as Canadian Breakfast Stout. And yeah, like Eddie said, this entire bomber will likely
be completely gone by the end of the episode, and you never know what's going to happen because this is a very strong beer. So when we get to about this part of the bottle, who knows what's going to happen?
That's right. Hashtag drunk Team Webby. So 2019. So you bought that last year, and you've been aging it since then. Is that right?
I actually just bought it recently. Like they didn't make any this year. Well, 2019 is allegedly the last time they're going to make this beer. I'm pretty sure it's going to come back at some point, but we'd have no idea when they're going to make a new batch of it. So pretty much all you can find these days is older batches. So I've got the 2019 batch that I got from the Founders Detroit tap room, and I'm drinking it in a CBS glass, so it's going to taste extra delicious.
Very nice. Well, Webby, while you're pouring that, I'm going to talk about the beer I'm going to be drinking tonight, and that is
all right.
A beer that you've never heard of before. It's called CBS.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
I've been aging this for a little while. This is the 2018 version, so it's a year older than yours, which means it's probably going to have, you know what, I'm not going to nerd out on you guys. It's just going to taste different. We've learned that nobody cares about it when we nerd out on beer, so I'm not even going to go down that path. But it's just going to taste a little bit different. There's going to be some nicer notes to it. And I say we go ahead and cheers.
Yeah, cheers, my friend.
And cheers to all of you out there. Yeah.
Yeah, cheers to everybody. I would say cheers to a great year, but I don't think we can say this was a great year by any means. But we still had some great moments this year, and that's what we're going to celebrate tonight.
That's right. But before we get to any of that, Webby, I want to know, the universe wants to know, the millions of people watching right now want to know, what's going on in Twitter?
Oh, man. Well, universe, you are going to be happy to hear that a lot is going on. A whole lot is going on Twitter. Twitter's been blowing up like crazy, and I'm going to read a few recent comments that we have here. So I'm going to pull up my phone, pull up the Twitter sphere, and see what's going on. Here is one from Tim Allen Alda. Congrats to Eddie and Webby for reaching milestone episode 80 and for another great year of podcasting. Well, thank you, Tim. That was very nice. Much appreciated.
Nice. Yeah, thanks, Tim.
And yeah, it still blows my mind that we reached number 80. Like, that still doesn't seem real to me, but
yeah,
I love it. I love the fact. And we actually, I see episode number 100 in the horizon. Like, it's a very realistic accomplishment that we can do.
It's coming up soon.
Let's do another message here on Twitter. Here's one from Tom Crudes. How did a couple talentless chumps like Eddie and Webby get Tyson Apostle on their podcast? I wish Tyson would have voted them off the island of podcasting. Oh, man. Well, you know what, Tom? Like, you're kind of unoriginal, because didn't somebody say something very similar in the previous episode when Tyson was actually on the episode? If I'm not mistaken, somebody used that exact same lame comment. So, very unoriginal of you, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. What a loser.
Yeah, maybe try harder next time if you're going to try to troll us, bro. But let's do one more comment here. Here's one from Baby Yo Dumb. Wow, 80 episodes of the Eddie and Webby podcast already? That's 80 too many, if you ask me. Jeez, come on, man. This is our final episode of the year, and everybody's gonna rip on us.
We're getting trolled hard tonight.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, at least, we appreciate all feedback, so thank you, everybody, for the comments. Keep them coming on Twitter. Anybody who does at Eddie and Webby on Twitter, we might read your comments on the show like we did today. And as you can see, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We appreciate all feedback.
That's right. We take it to heart, and I cry about it every single night. Yep. Webby, before we start kind of getting into what we really want to talk to you about tonight, we've already had a few people respond on social media about some favorite moments they have. This first one comes from David Evans. David was actually the winner of the Onyx Z5 paddle that was given away this weekend at the American Pickleball tournament that we were live streaming. David, I haven't forgot about you. I have the paddle here, and my plan is to ship it out to you tomorrow. He said the moment you chose me to win the paddle last weekend was my favorite. So very excited to get that paddle out to you.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then Janine Webster says, favorite memory when Kyle hijacked Irina's interview and fake cut his hand. I would agree. That was also a very good one. Wouldn't you agree, Webby?
Yeah, for sure. That definitely gets an honorable mention. It didn't make our top 10 list, but man, that was a great moment that I absolutely loved. So thanks for bringing that one up, Janine.
That's right. Well, I got to say, 2020 was a crazy year for everybody. There were a lot of things that happened, some great, but a lot of things that weren't so great. And we could spend an episode probably talking about a lot of the negative things that happened. But honestly, what we want to do is we want to talk about a lot of the great things that have happened. We're sensitive to the fact that not everybody had a great 2020. It was very tragic for a lot of people. So I don't want you guys to think out there that by us trying to share the positivity, that we're ignoring a lot of the troubles that people went through this past year. So please know that we're very respectful of that, but we really do want to focus on some amazing things that have happened in 2020, which is why Webby and I put together a top 10 moments of 2020, right, Webby?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we love this time of year. And in addition to the top 10 moments that we're going to share tonight, we got a bunch of great messages from people that have either been guests on the show or had some kind of big impact on us in the past year. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be very fun.
That's right. Well, real quick, too, Webby and I, we spent a lot of time putting together these top 10 moments, and we actually came up with our list about 2-3 weeks ago. And something has happened since we put together that list that I honestly feel like would have made it into our top 10 list if it happened after we assembled this list. And that is this past weekend, I live streamed the American Pickleball Tournament in Punta Gorda, Florida at Pickleplex, which was put on by Martina Coakley, hosted by Lauren Stratman, Deckel Bar. I also had the one and only Dominic Catalano doing commentary with me. Spent the weekend with him in the booth, which was awesome. It had been too long since we did that. I think it was the Beer City Open a year and a half ago when we actually did some commentary and live stream together. Also had Randy Coleman there as well. It was an awesome tournament. We saw some great matches. I had a blast. I love the Pickleplex. So I wanted to make a special mention of that. It did not make the list, but again, it happened after we had already made the list. Otherwise, it likely would have been in the top 10.
Yeah, and I thought that was awesome. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there in person, but I watched a lot of the live stream coverage. You guys did an awesome job. You and Dominic always do great together on commentary. And a lot of people don't realize that you do the commentary, you set up all the cameras, you do the live streaming and all that stuff. A lot of people don't realize how much work you put into it, but you definitely did a top-notch job. I still think you are one of the absolute best when it comes to live streaming pickleball tournaments. So,
oh yeah,
I know it's gonna go right. It's gonna go right to your head. I know, but you deserve it.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
But yeah, very cool. And like you said, Martina Coakley was one of the people that ran that tournament, and we actually have a special message from Martina that we would like to play right now.
Hi, you guys. Martina Coakley over here. I wanted to give a big shout out to Eddie and Webby, and everything they have been doing this year has just been incredible. I know this has been a challenging year for everyone. However, you guys still managed to go to tournaments, play pickleball, comment, and just be really involved and a part of this amazing community we all really enjoy. So thank you so much for doing an amazing live stream for American Pickleball Tournament at Punta Gorda this past weekend. It would not have been as awesome as it was if it wouldn't be for you guys. So I really appreciate your time, your effort, and everything that you're doing for the pickleball community. And also, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know 2021 is going to be incredible. It has to be, you guys. It can just go up from now on, right? So Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys in 2021.
Wow. What a nice message. I got to tell you, Martina is an amazing person. Her and her husband are doing this American pickleball thing, and she was the tournament director. And I tell you what, man, she was running around the whole weekend, getting everything coordinated, having it run like a well-oiled machine. That was their first tournament they put on, and it ran like tournaments that I know have been put on by seasoned veterans. So big shout out to her. What a great person.
Nice. Yeah, Martina is such a nice person too. I met her for the first time at the 2019 Beer City Open, and she was actually on the podcast live while we were in Grand Rapids there. So, yep, she's awesome. I love what she's doing for the sport. I love it.
That's right. Well, Webby, what do you say we jump into our list of the top 10 moments of 2020? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I say we get right into it.
All right. Number 10 top moment of 2020 has to do with something that happened during, quote unquote, the quarantine period of COVID, which was from what would you say, like March and April. Webby and I really wanted to, figure out what to do with our free time, because now we had like 15 hours a week that we were previously dedicating to playing pickleball that we were no longer able to do. So we thought it would be a fun idea to come out with more episodes of Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby. If you guys haven't seen what Dinking Around is, it's a post-podcast podcast where it's much more loose, more raw, uncensored, just him and I talking. And we did a lot of specials around some of the great content that was being put out there in the pickleball world, different videos and messages and things like that. So again, the number 10 moment is the Dinking Around 2020 quarantine specials. We're in a weird situation in our world right now.
We're going to focus on the positive, and we got a lot of fun videos that we want to show everybody. I think the first one that would be good to show is a quarantine challenge that got kicked off. Somebody that the pickleball world knows and loves, they got in on the action. Some other people saw that as well, and they got in on the action.
Stop making those faces.
And this is from the infamous Scott Lippitz.
Let's go! Let's go!
I absolutely love this video, and it comes from our good friend DJ Howard. Simone posted a video to social media recently talking about how she found a new practice partner during this whole pandemic that's going on. Steve Peranto, he actually wrote a new song.
I hate this virus, I bet you do too. It's so contagious, way worse than the flu. The only difference is in the air. I wanna be through with you. I can't go nowhere. Nowhere, nowhere. Can't go nowhere. No pickleball tournament. No bowling league. No cornhole league. What do I do?
Here's one that comes from Lee and Annalie Waters, because they recently started using TikTok a lot.
It's a great way to bond for both mothers and daughters. Don't take my word for it, ask Annalie Waters.
This is Anna Lee, and I'm a pickleball junkie. The addiction is real, yo, and that ain't funny. I tear it up on the court. Yeah, I'm courageous and bold, and the best part is I'm only 12 years old.
Dane Gingrich, he's done a couple very funny ones.
Ladies, I want to see you get up, get up.
There's one from Lindsay Newman out there that is pretty impressive. This one actually comes from Steve Deacon. So Jim posted this funny and creative video showing off how he has figured out a way to play pickleball during this time of self-isolation.
0-0.
This next one actually comes from our good friend Corinne Carr. Marva Stroman. She got a visit from none other than Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho! All of you, keep the pickleball spirit going, and we'll slam the heck out of this coronavirus. Ho, 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 ho!
Here is Joey Tony's first installment of Choose Your Pickleball Pro Character.
Choose your character.
This next video features a good friend of ours, Lucy Kovalova.
What's your trick for this week?
Man. Brings back memories, doesn't it, Webby?
Oh, for sure. And it's crazy. Like that was such a weird and like scary time in our lives. Like it was just because everybody was on lockdown. Nobody knew what was going on. People weren't able to play pickleball whenever they wanted, like they were used to. I mean, for a lot of people, that was horrible, not being able to play pickleball. I mean, I know for me, like it just didn't feel right not going to play pickleball. And most people play pickleball way more than I do. Like a lot of people play every single day. I'm lucky if I played 2 times a week, and it still impacted me massively. So, I mean, I can't imagine the people that play pickleball every day during the time of lockdown, what they were going through. But it was so cool to see that some people were able to try and do something positive during this unprecedented and scary time in our lives. Instead of arguing or shaming others online, we had people that were doing these really fun, uplifting videos and even like challenging others to get involved. I mean, that was exactly what we needed at that point in time. So it was, even though it was a sucky time in our lives, I like looking back and seeing like what went on during those quarantine specials that we did.
Yeah, sometimes in the worst circumstances, the best can come out of people. And I feel like you and I really try to promote that. So it is weird, though. Reliving that time right now, it still is strange. It feels like a really foreign thing to me.
Yeah, it was just such a weird thing. Like this whole year was crazy, and just like the fact that everybody like had to be locked down and self-isolated and stayed in your houses. I mean, I know we're still feeling the impact of COVID right now, but I mean, it's not nearly as bad as it was at that time, just because it was so new to everybody. Like everybody was scared. Nobody, it's so unknown. Exactly. We didn't know what to believe. It was crazy time in our lives.
That's right. That was fun, though, doing those Dinking Around quarantine specials. Before we go on to the next top moment in 2020, we have a couple more messages that we want to play for you guys. And these two guests were actually on Dinking Around at one point or another through 2020. And I'm going to play them right now.
Hi, guys. Mel from Brewbies. Just stopping by to say hi and wishing you a happy 2021. I hope you guys are doing good. You're staying safe and healthy. Looking forward to spending 2021 playing pickleball, drinking beers, and hugging each other in the near future. Cheers.
Hey, Eddie and Webby. It's Chris Medina from Japan, and I just wanted to say Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and your listeners, and I hope that You guys have a great 2021. You had a great 2020 with your show and all the great guests that you've had, and I was honored to be one of them. I hope that 2021 brings you a lot of joy and a lot of pickleball. Also, I'm looking forward to getting that challenge with Webby, and also if we can get the Medina brothers versus Eddie and Webby done also, that would be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. If you are ever in my neck of the woods, my side of the pond, my door is open. Let's play pickleball. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Bye from Japan.
Those are some great messages from Mel Pierce from Brewbies, who has been on our show now twice, once as a podcast guest, in fact, the first live podcast guest, and then once also on Dinking Around this past year. It was great to hear from her. She's just an awesome person. And then Chris Medina, who I believe is tuning in right now. It was great to hear from him all the way over in Japan. And yes, Chris, when you come back to the States, I will see if I can make my way up to Michigan so we can have a Medina Brothers versus Eddie and Webby. And I think that's going to be a great match.
Oh, for sure. Can't wait for that. We have so many challenges issued against us. I feel like 2021's got to be the year where we at least get some of those done. We have tons of issues all over the country. And I can't wait. I can't wait to make some of these challenges happen. And like you said, Mel definitely always holds a very special place in our hearts. Mm-hmm. First ever live podcast guest. She joined us earlier this year for Dinking Around. Such a great cause that she has going on with the Brewbies Festival, combining craft beer festivals, and raising money for breast cancer awareness. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing the people that we've met. And then with Chris Medina, aka Chris Twitch, or Twitch Chris 2.0,
aka Wings Media Guy, right?
Right. His real Twitter handle is Wings Media Guy, but we gave him the nickname Twitch Chris 2.0. He's the new and improved version of Twitch Chris. But it was awesome. And he's international. I mean, he's over in Japan. That was so cool to hear that somebody that's living in Japan is tuning into our show, and we were able to get him on the show. And it was crazy to me how smooth it was too. He was joining us from Japan, and it was still pretty smooth episode. I mean, there wasn't that much of a delay. It was very fun.
Yeah, he was a great guest. Bill Kiesel chimed in. I'm sorry, Bill Keisel. And he says,
I think it's Kiesel.
Kiesel. He says Mel from Brewbies was drinking a beer from Memphis. Wiseacre Tiny Bomb. Nice. I'll have to... Bill, if we ever come to visit you, we'll have to drink some of those and check it out.
Yeah, for sure. So before we get into the next thing in our top 10 list, I think we should do one more message, and this is a good one. This next one comes from one of our favorite people in the world of pickleball. She joined us during our live podcast at the 2019 Beer City Open welcome party, and we were lucky enough to have her join us earlier this year as the main podcast guest. Here's a message from Irina Terashenko.
Greetings, Eddie and Webby. Happy upcoming holidays. Did you know that New Year's is the biggest holiday in Russia? Now you do. I want to thank you guys for putting on an awesome show year after year, inviting super exciting guests, asking all the tough questions, that's got to be hard, and coming up with very interesting discussion topics. Keep it up, we love what you do, and thank you. And to you, our Pickleball Nation and worldwide Pickleball community, I also want to wish happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Play as much pickleball as you can, stay safe, and I'm hoping to see you at the courts or online in 2021. I also want to thank my sponsors, PedalTech and Jigsaw Health. They have showed tremendous support over the years, and I would not be able to do what I do without them, which is kick butt. I also want to share some personal news. I'm moving to Fresno, California, super excited, but I did discover an interesting fact about Fresno just recently. It has level 4 fog. It's due to its unique location, and the fog just basically stays here from October till March as the air is trapped. So my goal is to figure out how to play pickleball in this very dense fog. Challenge accepted. Thank you guys for your time. Follow me on Instagram, and we'll see you at the courts in 2021. Bye!
I love that. And that's one thing I love about Irina. She always gives us some deep knowledge. She drops some knowledge bombs in her messages, and then whenever she sends us a message for people that are on our show for the Pros Asking Pros Questions segment, it's always a deep question. She always gets to know people, and then she asks a question that helps us get to learn people better. and it's just something that we've always loved about Irina.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's one of the most interesting people I've ever met. I always leave any interaction with her with a smile because she just has this way about her that, I don't know, it's great. And she's great for pickleball, and that's cool that she has the opportunity to move to Fresno.
Yeah, for sure. And that's probably going to be tough learning us to play in the fog like that with its super dense, foggy conditions. Have you ever played pickleball in the fog?
I mean, we get a lot of humidity here, so I'm assuming it would probably be the same. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It's hard to say.
Did it seem to impact it much when you played it in the fog before, or was it not really that big of a deal?
Yeah, I mean, typically when you get the high humidity here in Florida, though, it's also hot, which means the ball plays a lot softer, which means you're going to be able to stay in points a lot longer. And you've noticed when I've come up to Michigan, it takes me a match or two before I can actually get used to the cold weather and how it impacts the ball. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's going to definitely change the physics of how you hit the ball, the spin, how it goes through the air, all of that. Yeah, for sure. I could see that. Yep. Well, Webby, I don't know if you noticed, but Irina, she's big into sick tricks. I believe her Twitter or her Instagram was Sick Tricks Irina, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I don't know if you remember this or not, but you and I recorded a video in September of, technically it was 2019, but we didn't air it until 2021. And basically, it was our version of Sick Tricks. And this is coming in at the number 9 moment of 2021, and that is Slick Tricks.
Yo, what up?
What up?
You guys have heard of Sick Tricks, right?
Yeah.
But what you haven't heard of is Slick Tricks.
Slick Tricks.
Yo, so Eddie, what's the difference between Sick Tricks and Slick Tricks? It's like Sick Tricks, but more
extreme.
There's an extra X in the name that can only mean one thing. These Slick Tricks are
extreme.
Yo, Eddie, what up? Why don't we show them how it's done?
Let's do it.
This is the Twirly Bird Special.
Slick Tricks.
This is the DMD shot. Oh yeah, the dead man dinking. Yeah! Slick Tricks, boy! This is the La Bernie. La Bernie! Oh! Yeah! Slizzick Trizzix. This is called Get Your Swerve On. Oh! Slick Tricks.
So that was Sick Tricks Volume 1. We're going to have plenty more volumes up in here. We're going to have Volume 2. After that, we're going to have Volume 3. After that, we're going to have Volume 4. After that, we're going to have Volume 5. After that, we're going to have Volume 6.
Stay tuned, because they're only going to get slicker.
Slick Tricks, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Man, how much fun was it making that video, right?
So much fun. Oh, man. To me, that was definitely one of the most fun times I've had making a video for our YouTube channel. I mean, from coming up with the idea for the different Slick Tricks shots to record, to filming them, to editing them. I mean, it was a blast from beginning to end. I loved it.
Yeah, I can't wait till we do parts 2, 3, and 4. We got plenty more Slick Tricks up our sleeve that we are going to be showing the world here.
Oh, man.
The next time we're together, I mean, here's the thing. Had we stuck to our original 2020 plans, we probably would have been able to record at least another couple volumes of that. But
for sure.
Thanks, COVID, right?
Yeah, screw you, COVID. I mean, you're ruining everything. The world could have benefited from at least 2 more Slick Tricks volumes, but nope. COVID had to screw things up. But yeah, I feel like we've barely scratched the surface on the Slick Tricks. So, I mean, if you guys thought that was impressive, stay tuned.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
But speaking of Slick Tricks, we had a guest on earlier this year, and we played a pretty impressive shot that they did during some rec play. And we played it when he was a guest on our show. And basically, he was ripping off the Webby. the Webby is one of the slick tricks. If you watch the full version of the slick tricks, you'll see a shot called the Webby. And it's a shot that I'm known for. Well, we actually have a message from that person right now. And that message comes from Deckel Bar.
Hey, Eddie and Webby. Happy holidays. It was a pleasure being on your show this year and watching the rest of your shows. Always great entertainment. Webby, it seems like everybody's getting better than you in your own shot, the Webby.
All right, and we're back to the action. It is 5-1, and there's the wizard.
Maybe it's time to change the name? The Deckel has a good ring to it. What do you think? Anyway, happy holidays. Hope to see you guys soon.
Nice. Oh man, I gotta admit the two versions of the two versions of the Webby that we saw in those scenes were definitely cleaner than the one that I featured in our Slick Tricks video. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better at fine tuning the Webby. I don't pop it up nearly as much as I used to.
That's great, man. Deckel cracks me up too because he's such a nice guy, and so I love it when he can kind of be sarcastic and throw something out there like that.
Right, but yeah, that was super fun. Thanks for the message, Deckel. But I say we get to moment number 8. What do you think?
I think we should do that by now.
So one of the things we look at when it comes to figuring out what to put on our top 10 list is things that we do that are on the more unique side. And this was by far the most unique tournament experience I've ever been part of. And it was super fun too. So with that being said, moment number 8 on our list is Webby's Dink Battle Tournament Experience. Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie, and I'm at Ford Lake Park in Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Today we are having our Dink Battle tournament, and it's all dinking.
It's surprisingly a different type of play than you're used to. You think it's easy, but it's way more challenging and a ton of fun.
And for anybody that doesn't know, George, he's been my pickleball mentor since I first started playing pickleball, so this is an honor and a pleasure to finally team up for a tournament here. All right, here we go, game 1. Oh man, started off with an intense one. We were losing 0-6, but then we came back. We took the lead, went back and forth. At one point we were winning 8-7, but then they came back and ended up winning it 9-8. Man, can't ask for a tougher first battle.
Cheers! Now we need the Bloody Mary mix.
She ain't lying.
Man, that was such a unique and fun tournament experience. I mean, it's tougher than you'd think just to do only dinking. I mean, it was tough to keep the ball within the boundaries of the kitchen line. So if anybody didn't fully get that concept, like you can't hit it anywhere outside of the kitchen line boundaries. If you do, that's considered out of bounds. So what we found was like super difficult was to, like, if somebody popped the ball up or like set you up for a put away shot, it was hard not to drill that ball. But if you were to do that, you're likely going to hit it out of bounds. So it was a crazy, it was like it added a whole new level, of challenge. It was an extra, like a new dynamic, and it was a lot more tough than you'd think, but it was fun. I would absolutely do that again too.
Did anybody ever go for a body bag? Like, I think it would be fun to kind of throw the whole thing off, where if somebody popped it up and it's like, well, if you hit them, then that's you get the point, right?
Right. Yeah, and that was encouraged too. Like we were told beforehand, if you get a body bag shot, that's a point for you. So it was definitely legal to do. Nobody ever tried it in any of the matches I was part of. I think I heard that one or two people might have tried it in some of the other matches that I was not part of. But if I do one of those again, I'm absolutely gonna try to remember to do that. Like I feel like the concept was so new to me. Like I wasn't thinking about trying to drill people with it. I was just like, okay, don't hit it beyond the kitchen line. Don't hit it beyond the kitchen line. And but once I got the hang of it, it was fun. I do wish I would have tried some body bag shots though.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to try that. I did want to say a quick reminder out there, guys. After these next round of messages, we're going to start our dollar store gift exchange. And right now it's tied 50-50 between me and Webby as far as who's going to open their gifts first. So if you guys are watching us on Facebook, you can go to the poll and you can vote whether you want me, Eddie, to open my gifts first, or if you want that guy, Webby, to open his first.
Come on, Team Webby. Where you at? Holler at me, good people.
That's right.
Well, before we get to that fun experience, I think we should do a couple more messages. And these next couple are pretty unique, and it's pretty cool. So, Eddie, have you ever heard of Cameo? There's a new app out there, or it's at least it's new to me. It's called Cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with it at all? Okay,
I am familiar, but why don't you go ahead and share with everybody what it is?
Yeah, so for anybody not familiar with Cameo, basically what it is, celebrities will send custom messages. So whether it's somebody that's like a movie actor, a film actor, maybe a musician, maybe a famous sports athlete of some sort. Well, recently I found out that there are some professional pickleball pros that are on Cameo. And the way it works is you find whoever it is you want to get a message from, and then you can either get a message for yourself or send a message to a friend or a loved one. And it's really cool. Like if you have somebody that you know that like really admires a certain celebrity and they're on Cameo, that it's a really cool thing to get a message from them, a video message.
Yeah.
And I saw that a couple professional pickleball pros around there. So I thought, you know what? We like to support our friends and their endeavors, especially when it comes to pickleball. And we love the fact that pickleball pros are getting their names out there. So we've got a couple Cameo videos here that we got from Cameo. So I say we go ahead and play those right now.
What's up, Eddie? What's up, Webby? Congrats on 80 amazing episodes, guys. What I'm waiting for is that 100th episode where you know the finale is going to be me versus Webby in ping pong, coaster versus regular paddle.
Eddie and Webby, what's good? Tyson McGuffin here. Hope you guys are doing well. I want to congratulate you guys on your 80th episode of the Eddie and Webby podcast. Always enjoy tuning in and watching that. Eddie, I hope you are enjoying your final days with the Eddie versus Webby championship belt, because Webby is definitely going to put an end to his losing streak in the near future. I hope you guys are well and take care.
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa. All right, so
What?
when you sign up for Cameo and you pay for that service, do you tell them what you're looking to hear, or did Tyson come up with that all on his own?
So you can, like, if you, let's say you were to get this for a gift for somebody, you would like maybe tell the celebrity some like facts about the person or things you want them to say to the person. But in this case, I just told both of them, speak from your heart, whatever you want to say, just speak from your heart. Okay, maybe I mentioned a couple things that I wanted them to say, but I think he believed it. Like, he seemed very sincere when Tyson said that I'm gonna put an end to my losing streak and beat you in the next Eddie versus Webby championship, or at least sometime in the near future. I think he really meant that.
Well, we'll see. You better keep training though, buddy, because it's gonna take a lot to bring this guy down.
But I think that's the Cameo thing. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, some people make fun of it, but I think it's a cool thing. I think it's a cool service. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of Tyson and Ben John's hardcore fans out there. I mean, how cool would that be to get a personalized message from them talking about whatever you want them to bring up and stuff like that? I think it's a very cool thing, and it's I like it. I'm a fan.
I like it too. So go out there to Cameo, check out Tyson and Ben. Maybe there's some other pickleball pros that are either out there now or who want to do it in the near future, and this might be a good opportunity for them too.
Yeah, who knows? There could be many others. Our budget only allowed for us to get 2, so there could be more out there. We don't have a big budget here on the Eddie and Webby podcast, but whatever.
We spend all our money in research and people's
right.
backgrounds, right?
That's right. That is exactly right. But I think what the world really wants to know right now is who is going to open their dollar store gifts first.
Here's the thing. It is tied right now 100%. Between
man.
you and I versus who will open it. And did you vote for you?
I didn't. I meant to, but I did not vote for me. I promise you I did not vote for myself. I was going to, but I didn't actually do it. So what I say is somebody tuning in right now, the first person that says either Team Eddie or Team Webby, they're the one that gets to open it. So
okay. So if
hopefully
you guys are
somebody's
out there
tuning
listening,
in right now.
Yep. You guys get to be the deciding vote. The first Team Eddie, first Team Webby that pops up here in the comments. We definitely we will use that to be the tiebreaker because we are tied at 50-50 with who's going to go first. And Tanner Wallace came in and said Webby. Come on, Tanner.
Nice. Thank you, Tanner. Clutch performance from Tanner there. Tanner's a good buddy of mine. He was actually featured in the Dink Battle video, believe it or not. So that's very cool, very fitting. So thank you, Tanner. Much appreciated. So yeah, I get to open some gifts now.
All right. Well, as you guys know, Webby and I like to get each other dollar store gifts. This is a tradition that goes way before the podcast. It's something we've been doing for a long time because, guys, when you go to the dollar store, you can find some cool stuff there. And we've always enjoyed doing it. And Webby, once again, my gifts for you are pickleball themed. And I wanted to give you as many gifts as I could to help you with your pickleball game, because if you even have a snowball's chance in hell of ever taking me down, you're going to need to practice. And these gifts are all about helping you with your game. So I want you to open one of the gifts first. Do you have them in front of you there?
I do. I have the 3 gifts right
Okay.
here.
I want you to open the second largest one first.
Second largest.
It
would be one of these 2. I can't, like, they're like one's longer, one's
the
thicker.
one in your left hand.
This one.
Yeah.
This is my left hand. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Your left hand, not my left hand.
All right. So here we go.
So here's the thing. I know you've been working from home a lot lately, and so I think you can keep opening it. I think that, working on your hand-eye coordination is very important. And what better way to do that than with a Christmas-themed paddleball set?
Oh, nice. Very nice. And it looks like my video might have cut out. Is
I
that
think you
right?
might have. Did you bump your camera? What'd you do there?
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what happened here.
Did you disconnect your camera?
I don't know, but this is a very nice paddleball thing. Let me see if my camera is here. Of course this would happen on live TV. You got to love live TV, folks.
That's right. And by the way, while you're trying to figure out the camera thing, Alex Hamner said Team Weddy. So she was just reinforcing the 50-50 split and not really picking a side. Nice. So,
well, good thing we were not relying on Alex Hamner to decide the winner, because we still wouldn't have known what's going on.
That's right.
But my camera is fine. I confirmed, like, on my end, my camera's working. Something's, I think, must be going on with maybe my internet signal. I don't know.
Well, if you want to, we can move on to the next top 10 list, and maybe you could reboot your system real quick, and by the time it's done, you should be back and ready to roll. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right. So we're going to come back shortly with Webby continuing his dollar store gift exchange. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce the next video here. So this is the number 7 top moment in 2020. And I do feel bad that Webby isn't the one who's able to talk about this, because as you guys know, in the relationship that is Eddie and Webby, Webby is much more the creative one. And he is the brains behind these videos that we're going to be talking about here. And the number 7 moment or moments of 2020 are the bad Dink Reading videos.
Quit it. I can't believe he hit me. We're feeling sassy. Can you jam for us real fast one time? No. How about now? I'll never do it. How about you? Oh, yeah. Can we get candy canes? Yeah, man. Let's get some. Swallowed gum. I'm not crazy. That's right. Nova Oreo Moth Baby recession proofing. Jamie's coming for you. You know that, right? Well, of course, yes. That's a baby's broken ball. You're worthless. Up top. Nah. I caught a shrimp. Yeah, right. It's true. Stop making me sound so dumb. Whoops, that was a rubber seal. Yeah, waffles aren't bad for me. Spicy beans are money, boy. Lower your volume for nefarious, swollen punks. You better bow down. We got Bobby and Han Solo, everyone. What do you say? Apple spice and toes that are hairy. Where's my Jabberwocky? Is he your brother? Sorta.
See how far I can reach? I bet this is how far you reach.
Yeah, I can see that.
What's that, a hand?
Mm-hmm. Yo, apples and pastrami, strawberry salmon, okay? Don't eat the food. Take this. Turkey and rice is so spot on right now. Are you about the same? That's weird. Okay, now sing with me. Oof, me not prepared. Oh, hey, Mr. Princess, take a seat. Hi.
Sorry, I was pooping.
Ew. He's got to put on some more weight. He's just too small for me. Wow, double salmon fries, bro. Can somebody order that for me, please? You stink.
Like deep tissue?
More like your family is foot skin.
You're a troll. Space is alien beavers.
So you're Italian.
Shut up.
That's weird.
How's your breath? No bueno.
Stinky?
Yeah, no good.
I want coffee. Apple boys. Hey, no grape. I smell walnuts. Sway and sway and sway and shut up. I'm a chocolate lover. Holy shit. Where is my pants? What's that? Tattoo sweat?
It's so good, Webby. Every time I see it, it's so good.
Well, thank you, thank you. Those are such fun videos to work on. Like, man, oh man. And for anybody that, I guess I didn't hear your intro, so maybe you already talked about this. But basically, Eddie and I are huge fans of bad lip reading. Mm-hmm. And what they are is this guy on YouTube. He replaces the audio in like TV shows, movies, NFL, different sporting events, political events. He replaces the audio with things that he came up with. And it's always like super outrageous, off the wall things. But he lines it up perfectly with their lips to where it looks like that's actually what they're saying. So Eddie and I were like, man, that would be fun to try doing something like that with pickleball events, pickleball tournaments and stuff like that. So one day I decided to give it a try, and I thought it was funny. Eddie thought it was funny, and then we posted it, and it got a really good reaction. People seem to like it. So as long as people like it, we're going to keep doing it because it is an absolute blast to work on. So basically anytime I see a pickleball tournament where the conditions are right, because it's got to be the right conditions. There's got to be some good close-up shots of people. And then if there's interviews, that always helps. If there's good interviews, like in between matches, that's where the gold happens. That's where the magic happens. And I absolutely love it. And in case anybody didn't notice, I'm wearing a t-shirt with one of the quotes from one of the videos.
Yeah. Double salmon fries, bro.
The infamous quote from Dominic Catalano. And I love it. And what's great is the fact that Patrick from Jigsaw Health, he contacted me and he was like, he saw that I had done a post on social media saying like, oh, we need to make a t-shirt with the double salmon fries bro thing. And I was just kind of joking around, and I put an image together that I thought was funny, and he saw that and he was like, hey, do you want a t-shirt made? Because we'll do it for the Thursday threads on the Jigsaw Health website. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And he did it. And like this was in a matter of days, like just within a couple days of that video getting posted, a t-shirt was designed. It was on their website. And here we go. You can get your own super comfortable tri-blend t-shirt from the Jigsaw Health website. And it's awesome.
I actually ordered a hoodie. And as you guys may know, I spent the weekend with Dominic Catalano because he was doing main commentary for the live stream production I was doing at the American Pickleball Tournament. And he was wearing a t-shirt. He said that his whole family bought t-shirts and mugs and everything. And it's pretty cool to see how many people have rallied around the double salmon fries bro concept. But what's weird is when I'm out there wearing it and then people ask me to explain it, they don't get it. And it's hard to explain it to them because they're like, I don't, what? I get this face a lot. The like, huh? Like it's just people don't understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If anybody out there is not familiar with bad lip reading, there's no chance of explaining to them what the hell it is we're doing with this whole bad dink reading thing.
That's right. We're going to play another message from somebody that we just mentioned before Webby continues with his dollar store gift exchange opening here. And that is a message from none other than Mr. Double Salmon Fries Bro, Dominic Catalano.
Hey, Eddie and Webby. Dominic here, down in South Florida, where it's 53 degrees right now. I'm freezing, but on my way to the courts, just wanted to shoot you guys a message. Just saying thank you for everything that you guys do for the sport of pickleball and help promote pickleball. Love seeing you guys. Always loved working with you guys. Just wanted to say happy holidays and hope you guys are well. And looking forward to an amazing 2021 on the pickleball courts and seeing both you guys out there. So love you guys both. Keep up the good work. And looking forward to getting back in the booth with you guys at any time I can. So thanks, guys. Happy holidays. And we'll see you soon.
Gotta love Dom, man. Such a cool guy. Did a great job with the commentary. He's doing a great job with the APP commentary. And he's just a really nice guy, too. A lot of fun to be around. And I look forward to spending more time. It's unfortunate because he lives about an hour and 15 minutes away, and I almost never see him.
Yeah, I love hanging out with Dominic. We spent some really good time with him at the 2019 Beer City Open. And I heard him talk about at the American Pickleball Tournament at the opening of that. He was telling you how like that was like his first time like really doing live commentary, and that really ignited the flame, and that really got him into like really liking doing the commentary.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that he's doing it for the APP. He did it all year for the APP, and it's awesome. Such a great guy. I love hearing him do commentary. So very cool stuff.
That's right. Well, Webby, we left off where your camera died and you were showing your first gift. Can you show that again?
Yes. So here is the first gift. It is a very nice paddle ball. So yeah, I think that will definitely help with my game, my eye-hand coordination. So thank you, sir. Very good gift there.
Well, I hope you can use that. You're going to open the small one next.
All righty. So here we go. We got the smaller one. And we've got some Ocean Prince Kipper Snacks. I don't know what a Kipper Snack is. Do you know?
I believe it's some sort of high protein based fish that is supposed to be good for building muscle. Protein's good for your body to put you in a more athletic state. So I figured in addition to helping with your hand-eye coordination when you're at home, you can eat some of those and help give you strong muscles. And in fact,
very nice.
I actually put a poll out there on Facebook right now asking you guys if Webby should eat his dollar store gift. So We'll wait about 5 or 10 minutes or so to see, but depending on what you guys answer, I think Webby, you're going to be obligated to do. So just so you know.
Oh man, And
That's happening.
here at Eddie and Webby, I mean, like we are true professionals. If we put a poll out there, whatever the results are, that is what will happen. So, yeah, if you guys say yes, I will be forced to eat it. I will be legally obligated to eat them. But if you guys love me, Team Webby, go out there and vote no, and this will be a much nicer night for me. But yeah, I see here it says fillets of kippered herring is what these are.
Yep.
Kippered herring.
No,
I
it's
don't
really
really know
good
what
for you. And
kippering is, but
well, here's the thing: is like I'm really concerned about your health. I want to make sure you stay strong, especially through the winter months in Michigan. I know that physical activity is a little bit harder to do. I want you to stay strong. I'm really worried about your health, so I think you should really give those a try tonight. And I hope everyone else out there votes yes, so that way you can do it live in the air and just make sure you're staying healthy, man. I'm concerned about that.
all right. It does say a natural source of omega-3. I've always
There you
heard that
go.
omega-3 is a good thing for like cholesterol and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
very nice.
you need those
Very nice.
omega-3s. So,
oh man, can I go ahead and move on to the next one then?
well, yeah. So as you're opening it, you now have a product that's going to help with your hand-eye coordination. You have something that's going to help you with your athleticism, your physical side of things, but we also need to work on the mental side of pickleball, right? And so one way to do that is to always remind yourself of just how great you are. And so I figured you can put all your stuff, your pickleball gear, into this bag that says, what does it say?
It says, believe in yourself.
You got to believe that you're a winner, that you're going to play well. You got to believe that Eddie versus Webby 7, whenever that happens, will be the time for you, the first time that you'll take home the belt. So you just got to believe in yourself, Webby.
Very nice words. Well, thank you. Yeah, this will be my new pickleball bag. I'll replace my really nice Paddle Tech backpack with this right here.
That's right. Your dollar store bag. Don't you forget about it. And just a quick update, 100% of all votes have come in, and it's still a yes for you. So just so you know, we're not going to decide just yet. We're going to let some more votes come in, but it's looking like you're going to be eating that live on the air, FYI.
Come on, Team Webby. Kippered herring, I'm sure, does not pair well with a very strong CBS drink right here, but
actually,
whatever.
Very salty, very savory items would go very well with this beer. I'm just saying.
You would say that.
All right, what do we do next? Yeah.
I think for now, I think it's time to move on to the next moment on our top 10 list.
Okay.
And I think if my count is correct, which it could be wrong because I've drank a pretty good amount of the CBS already.
Where are you at right now, by the way, in your bottle?
So this is what I have in my glass. There's not a whole lot left in this bottle. I don't think you can see, but
yeah,
there's not much. There's not much.
By the way, Webby and I are not driving anywhere tonight. We don't condone drinking and driving, so we're just going to be passing out after this episode, by the way.
Yeah, pretty much immediately after the show, we'll be going to bed, and that's it. If you ever drink this and need to go somewhere, make sure you get an Uber, a Lyft, or have a friend drive you, a DD, a designated driver, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're at moment number 6. Does that sound right?
It does sound right, yes.
So number 6 on our list is something that we tried as an experiment for the first podcast of 2020. We didn't know how it would go or if people would even want to help us make the idea a success, but we quickly learned that the top pros in the game of pickleball were more than willing to help contribute to this idea, and it has become my favorite part of every podcast that we've done this year. So coming in at number 6 is pros asking pros questions. So this is a brand new segment. We've never done this before. Pros asking pros questions.
Hey, Christine. So my question for you is, if you could play pickleball anywhere in the world, whether there's pickleball there now or not, where would you choose to play?
I want to go to Thailand.
Wes, I have a question for you. I know you are a high school tennis coach. What is your favorite motivational quote for your tennis players?
I always like to say you have to visit a lot of valleys before you reach the peak.
Hey Morgan, Jesse Irvin here. I know you like to use the term shake and bake for the drive and poach combo. I was wondering, do you have any other nifty lingo for pickleball plays?
The one I like to use the most is probably, it's called the slippery nipple.
Hey Frank, just wondering, what off-court training do you do to prep for tournaments?
So I do quite a bit of off-court training. I exercise every single day. I really focus in on leg workouts.
How do you deal with this, Lucy, if, let's say, you're out on the court and Matt is trying to give you advice and you're also in a relationship with Matt? Does that stay on the court, or does sometimes, does it start to annoy you? How do you deal with that?
Well, I think Matt needs to be careful as every guy with the advice they gave to their significant other or partner, because it can backfire. I know you guys mean well. And you're trying to help, but you have to choose your words wisely, I think.
Deckle, what is your ideal first date?
Just having some drinks on the beach would be ideal.
Hey, Irina, who is the greatest Russian author of all time?
So I would say my favorite is Dostoevsky. Probably the book that he's most famous for is Crime and Punishment.
Hey Adam, so by now you should know that I love food. So our question to you is, what is your favorite quarantine meal?
I would go with green beans, baked potato, and filet.
Rusty, can you give us a blue steel, a famous look by Ben Stiller in Zoolander? Thank you.
Will I do a blue steel? Let's see.
So I have a question for you, Joey. I'd like to know what sports other than tennis that you played as a kid.
And also, can you sign my paddle?
Let's see. I played middle school football. I've only played about a year of it. I played basketball and baseball.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Jennifer. Are you still trying to improve your game and finding out some new secrets?
So yeah, I think if you're not always trying to get better at, then you're just complacent, and why even play tournaments at that point? But if you don't play tournaments and you don't want to get better and you just want to have fun, that's totally great too.
Hi Andrea, what is your favorite tournament of the year?
Oh, well, that's easy. I'm a little biased. The Beer City Open for sure.
Grandmaster, what's up, buddy? What would be the #1 venue that you'd want to do stand-up comedy at?
The most historic venue is in Los Angeles on the Sunset Strip. It's called the Comedy Store. It's kind of where everybody in the early Carson days used to go to get discovered.
Hey Lindsay, it's Michelle. I was just wondering, I'm going to be going to Dairy Queen later on today, and what should I get there?
I like to get the 3-piece chicken strips with fries, gravy as my dipping sauce, and then you can even upgrade your sundae, the $6 lunch. For $1 more, you actually get a small blizzard. I would highly suggest the $1 upgrade to your blizzard of your choice. I would probably do the Heath or cookie dough, one of the two, depending on my mood for the day.
Right guy, what up, my man? You should let the world know about how we officially met.
We met probably when I was 21. We played in like a small tennis tournament in Seattle.
Rob Cassidy, how's it going, buddy? Tell me how you feel about indoors compared to outdoors. What do you like better?
For me, they're two different games. I kind of treat them like two different games. They both have their place, and I love them both very well. I'm not afraid of the basketball court surface. I love that game. It's a very fun game.
Hey, Callie. I've always wondered, because you're so calm and sweet and nice off the court, where does all that fire and the intensity come from when you're on the court?
That's a really good question. I do not know the answer to that. It just comes out.
Hey, Steve. Chris Draper here with the Detroit Red Wings. I have a question for you. Rivals. Rivals are obviously big in my sport, and I'm curious to know who is somebody that you really look forward to, you can't wait to play, and knowing that it's going to be an ultra-competitive game.
Anytime I step onto the court with a young fellow named Ben Johns, my adrenaline always kicks into another gear.
Hey Zane, what is your favorite moment of Althoff on court with him?
Althoff does a lot of this. I'll give you this. After a point, he'll go something like this.
That's pretty good. Those were some great questions in the pros asking pros questions segment. Man, how cool was that? I mean, it was tough to pick out like one. Like I tried to pick one question from each person that was on our show, but like we have so many great questions that the pros have asked. Like I've been overwhelmed at how well received that segment was and how willing the top pros in the game are to send us questions for that.
Yeah, so for those of you guys out there watching or listening, Webby and I spend hours upon hours of editing these little videos that we're putting out there. But the thing is that it's so much fun for us to do because we kind of get to relive a lot of these things. And I'm sure, Webby, that was tough for you to be able to go through and narrow it down because, I mean, it's crazy how many pros were willing to just happily record themselves asking a question for other pros and supporting them and having inside jokes and, you know, bringing up all these funny moments. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, and what I love about it is the fact that these top pros, like, they see each other regularly throughout the year, so they get to know them on a personal level that none of us can even come close to. So a lot of times they'll have inside jokes. They'll know things about these people that they know the general public doesn't know about, and then they'll ask them about these things. And it's so cool. And I feel like it helps the pros that are on our show as guests. It helps them open up even more because when they get questions from their peers, it just something about it makes them open up even more than if you or I were to ask them questions. And it just adds like such an extra element to our show. And I'm so thankful and grateful to everybody that has contributed over the year. And as long as people are going to contribute to it, we're going to keep that going as long as we can because I absolutely love it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get the questions from the people, to edit them and get them ready for the show, but it is absolutely worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Great segment. I'm glad it's something that we've introduced, and I hope you guys out there enjoy it as well. Speaking of pros, though, this next message comes from a pro, not a pickleball pro, but a Stanley Cup winning Detroit Red Wing hockey playing pro. Ooh. We have a message from none other than Dan Cleary.
Hi, Eddie and Webby. It's Dan Cleary here. How are you? I just want to send along a quick message. Merry Christmas to you guys. Have a Happy New Year. Thank you for having me on your podcast a few months ago. It was great. Pickleball has really been a blessing for me. As a former athlete, it's been great to get out there and get that competitive spirit going. You know, we're here in Michigan. We got a whole group of pickleball players that play, and, you know, I almost play every day. I'm just glad the body's holding up. But my question that I would have, well, I guess I've always been enamored with the weight that top players use in their paddle. You know, I know Riley Newman uses an 8.4 and he adds lead tape to make a 9. I'd just be interested to hear what, you know, the Johns brothers, Kyle Yates, Matt Wright, Steve Deacon, Stone, Barr, McGuffin. Anyways, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you very much. Have a great 2021.
Thank you, Dan. What a great question from him. And how cool is it that, Webby, you were able to get connected to, to him to actually, to try and get pickleball out to a lot of former professional athletes in sports other than pickleball.
Yeah, that was so cool. When Dan was on the show, he joined us along with Chris Draper, who was also part of the Detroit Red Wings. Chris Draper helped bring 4 Stanley Cups to Detroit when he was part of the Red Wings. And they were both idols of mine, especially Chris Draper. I mean, I grew up throughout junior high and high school. I grew up loving watching Chris Draper. And then later on, Dan Cleary joined the team, and I loved watching him be part of the team and help bring a Stanley Cup to Detroit. And for those that didn't hear the episode, I just happened to be playing pickleball in Royal Oak one day, and I saw this guy playing, and I was like, man, that looks a lot like Chris Draper from the Red Wings. It can't be him, but it definitely looks like him. So I asked my buddy, and I was like that's not Chris Draper, is it? And he's like, oh yeah, he plays here all the time. And I was like, what? This is awesome. And he's like, yeah, and over there is Dan Cleary, another former Red Wing and Stanley Cup winner. And I was like, what? My mind just blew. My mind got blown right there, right then and there. A lot of friends in the area, a lot of people that play with them regularly. So I was able to get in touch with them. And both Chris and Dan, when I told them about the podcast that we do and that we love just spreading awareness about pickleball in general, they were 100% on board immediately. And when they were on the show, I kid you not, like they were two of the most passionate people I have ever met, because they're still very new to pickleball, but they play as much as they possibly can. And throughout the summer and fall, they were playing almost every single day for many hours a day. And like Dan said, like it kind of reignited, like as a former professional athlete, it helped reignite that competitive side of them that they don't get to experience anymore. And that's just another thing that's so beautiful about pickleball. I mean, it doesn't matter your age, your skill level. It just brings out a good, friendly, but competitive side of people. And it was just such a cool thing. And that episode was by far one of my favorites. And Dan actually had a great question there during his little message there. He asked a question. He said, like, one thing he would love to know is what weight paddle do some of the top pros in pickleball use? And I actually got an answer for him. I was able to get in contact with pretty much everybody that he was curious about as far as what weight paddle they use. So I've got the answer here. And the answer is...
Well, before you do that, what weight do you play with?
So the paddle I'm currently using is like around 7.8. I was using a super lightweight, like I think like 7.4 maybe. It's no surprise. I'm currently I've been using the Prince Response Pro, and I was using the lightweight model. But when Simone and Prince released the newly designed versions of the Prince Response Pro, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to get the lightweight that I'm used to, but I'm also going to get the standard weight just to see, to try to figure out once and for all, what weight do I prefer? Because I used to play with a very heavy paddle. I used to play with an 8.5 Paddle Tech paddle, and I liked it for a while, but my wrists started getting sore. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll like a lighter one better. So then I started using the Tempest Wave Pro, the lightest one that they make, and I was loving that. So I was like, okay, I'm a light paddle person. So then I used the lightest Prince Response Pro. Like once I started playing with the Response Pro, I fell in love with that paddle, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use the lightest one they make because I like lightweight paddles. But then I got the standard weight, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this heavier paddle better. So I'm still trying to figure out what I like. But currently, I am using the heaviest Prince Response Pro that they make, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 7.8 ounces.
Okay.
But I know a lot of the pros will add lead tape to the paddle. I haven't dabbled in that at all. Have you tried adding lead tape to paddles?
Yeah, so I've been experimenting a lot, all the way up to the high 8s from the low 7s, and I think my sweet spot is adding lead tape to get me right at about 8.2 to 8.3 ounces. That's where I personally like it, and I feel most confident with my ability to soften the ball when I need to, but also put power behind it when I need to.
Okay. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm going to do in 2021 is really focus on paddle weight. Like I do want to play with lead-based tape or the lead tape and see what I prefer, because I don't know yet. I've never tried that. But I do have an answer for Dan Cleary in regards to what some of the top male pros in the game use as far as the paddle weight. So Colin Johns said he uses 8.4 ounces. Ben Johns uses 9 ounces. I'm assuming he adds lead tape to make it 9 ounces, because do any paddles start at 9 ounces? I'm not aware of any.
I'm not aware of any either. I think that would be tough to sell outside of the pro and 5.0 level people.
So I'm assuming that's the Ben Johns like the signature Franklin paddle with lead tape added to it. So Ben Johns likes 9 ounces. Kyle Yates uses 8.5 ounces. Steve Deacon said he uses an 8.1 ounce paddle, but he adds lead tape to help with balance, so it makes it around 8.5 ounces. Deckel Barr said he's right around 8.5 ounces. Adam Stone is around 7.75 ounces. And Tyson McGuffin is at 8.4 ounces. So anybody curious about the paddle weights for the top pros in the game? There you go. There's the answer.
Well, very nice. Webby, I have to tell you that I feel bad for you right now, because it has been a unanimous vote on should you or should you not eat the dollar store gift that I got you. And it was 100% yes that you should eat it. We even have a comment here from Don Helm saying, eat the fish. So before we go on to the number 5 moment, I think it's time that you eat the fish. What do you say?
Oh, man. I mean, like I said, whatever the people say, that's what I got to do. Legally obligated at this point. So I kind of had a feeling that that's what the results were going to be. So during the video, I grabbed a fork.
Okay.
I opened up the fish.
Oh.
So I had a feeling. Like I know people just love to see people be tortured. So
well, let me ask you this: like, how was the smell when you opened it? Was it potent? Was it just kind of...
Surprisingly not bad.
Okay.
It's very tame.
Like
so,
a tuna
to be honest,
fish kind of smell, or
so I like sardines. I'll eat sardines,
yeah.
And I had a feeling this was going to be like sardines. The scent is a lot more tame than a sardine. It's
okay.
Not super strong. Not super strong at all. Hold on one second here. I got to send something to somebody real quick here before I eat this.
So, yeah. So when I was picking that out, I had the option of like different meats, like potted meats, other fishes. And I thought, you know what? That one's got the omega-3s. It seems like the healthiest. So that's the dollar store gift that I'm going to pick out. And I feel like it's the healthiest for you. So are you ready?
All right. I'm ready. So, I mean, a lot of people might not realize this. I will eat gross things unless it's like really soggy. Like it takes a lot to gross me out when it comes to food. The only thing that I'm not like super excited about is that this came from a dollar store, because I know that dollar stores will have very low standards, and typically they'll get like what regular stores are about to throw out. Like they'll get the things that the regular stores don't want to sell anymore.
Yeah, a little fermented, whatever.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about. But anyways, Here we go, everybody. You voted for this. You asked for this, so we oh shit. Ah, damn, I just spilled fish juice all over my table, but oh well.
Here we go. Let's eat it.
All right. Oh man.
Yeah, this is I'm excited to see what you think. It looks good. So I mean, it doesn't well, what's that black spot though? That's what Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can say this looks good. I mean, if you were here with me in person, I don't think you would say this looks good. But anyway, here we go.
Yep. All right. So you took your first bite, chewing it down. I'm gonna guess it's salty, slightly fishy. What are you getting at here?
Yeah, there's definitely some fishiness. Not super salty. I actually expected it to be saltier than it is. A little bit of smokiness.
Okay.
It's not horrible. If I were to have bought this from a store, I can't say I would buy it again. It's not.
Okay.
I'm a sardine. I do like sardines. This is too fishy for my liking. Like I wouldn't. I like sardines, but I like when there's like not too much of a fishiness taste.
Okay.
It's got a lot of fishiness. Do I need to take another bite, or am I?
No. I think you suffered enough. I think that was very nice of you to do. So, yes, and actually, while you're putting that away, and we definitely thank you, Webby, for being a trooper there and trying that out. A question came in from Janine Webster saying, "How many different shirts is Webby going to wear tonight?" I think he's on number 4. So, very observant of you, Janine, right?
Yeah. So I didn't announce this. I wanted this to be a secret. Like I told Eddie beforehand that I wanted to see if anybody would notice that I'm changing wardrobes throughout the show. And I didn't even tell Eddie this, but if anybody was to point this out during the show, I wanted to send them a free t-shirt from the Eddie and Webby store. And Janine, you just earned yourself a free Eddie and Webby t-shirt of your choice. We have a bunch to choose from, so I will be contacting you after the show to see which t-shirt you like. But congratulations. I appreciate when somebody is paying attention and when people are contributing to the show and interacting with us. We love when people interact, so you are a winner.
I like it.
Congratulations.
And if you guys want to go out there and check out all the amazing things that we have to offer, you can go to eddieandwebby.com/store, and we have plenty of products from cell phone cases to coffee mugs to shirts to all of that good stuff. Right, Webby?
Yeah, that is correct.
Very nice. Well, I say it's time to move on here. And we're actually at moment number 5, if you can believe it. This moment is very special for me. Unfortunately, Webby wasn't able to be a part of it. And the way that it came up was just crazy out of the blue. Our friends at Jigsaw Health had reached out to me about live streaming, and that turned into conversations about doing some sort of joint effort. And basically it landed us all together in one Airbnb and one joint broadcast crew, bringing to you guys what I would say is the best pickleball broadcast we've ever had in the history of pickleball. And that was at the PPA Vegas event. And that event was absolutely incredible. And you know what? I could tell you all about it, but why not just show you the video? I've been to quite a few different tournaments now, and none of them have compared to what I saw at the PPA Championship at Darling Tennis Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. The attention to detail was incredible, and it showed. The whole feel of the place just felt like a very, very professional venue. What an experience, though, man. I mean, to be part of that PPA event, I can tell that they're trying to be the future of pickleball, and they're trying to make it the most professional type of event that there is, and it's evident in everything that they're trying to do now. I got to tell you, Webby, that event seriously was absolutely incredible. I don't know what else to say except for when I showed up there and I went to the venue, I was just overwhelmed. Like, I've never been to a facility like this before for pickleball. And as I mentioned in the video, the attention to detail, the graphics they had up on the wall, the banners they had of the pro athletes that were there, the consistent colors throughout, the quality of everything was on a level that I had never seen. And to be a part of that broadcast team, that Jigsaw TV ESPN3 team, was a dream come true for me. And it was an incredible experience. It was probably one of the highlights of my pickleball live streaming career. And to be honest with you, I don't know if anything will ever be the same for me as what I experienced at that event. That's how much it meant to me.
Nice. Yeah, that looked like such an awesome experience. I'm loving what the PPA is doing with trying to make pickleball tournaments look like these grand events, and getting ESPN involved and trying to make pickleball more appealing to the masses. I'm a big fan of both the PPA and the APP. Some people make it seem like folks need to pick sides when it comes between the two,
Right.
but I feel like that is absolutely not necessary. They are both taking a different approach, and I love what each of them are doing for the sport of pickleball. Some people think that the exclusive contract thing that PPA is doing is going to hurt the sport, but I completely disagree. To me, that just opens up the door for new up-and-coming pro-level players to emerge in pro tournaments where the the contracted players aren't playing, but that's just my opinion. What do I know? But I love what the PPA is doing. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And I'm excited to see what they're going to continue to do in the future as well. Webby, I do want to mention to you that I feel like your video froze up again, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is super annoying. But I think go ahead and introduce the next person. I think I know what's going on with this time. I think I know what happened. So I think you should introduce the next message. I'll reboot my crap, and hopefully I'm back in time.
Man, so many problems. This is the first time it's ever happened, guys, which I guess on a positive note is good. After 50 or so live episodes, this is the first time we've had this much issues with Webby stuff, but that's okay. I forgive him. We're going to move on. We have 2 more messages from people who were actually featured in that little short PPA video that I put together here. And Webby, you're back, by the way. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and introduce these next videos then?
All right. Yeah, these next 2 messages are from people that were recently on our show. We loved having both of them. And I don't know. I don't really know what more else I should say, but other than here are a couple messages from Callie Smith and Zane Navratil.
Hi, you guys. It's Callie Smith. I just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. One of my favorite traditions about Christmas is we try to serve someone in need or look for someone who could maybe use some cheering up. I'm challenging you guys to look around you this year and find someone who needs some comfort or some cheering up. Seek after them. Try to find someone that you can help bring a little more cheer this Christmas season. Hope you guys have a good one and a Happy New Year's. And I'm looking forward to next year. Excited for some awesome pickleball and excited for the teammates that I'm going to be playing with. Hope you guys can join us through the tournaments and keep playing. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
What's up, Eddie and Webby? How are ya? Just wanted to say thanks for having me on the show, and Webby, thanks for letting me kick your butt in pickleball with a ping pong paddle. That was pretty fun. Never done that before. Looking forward to a good 2021. Best of luck to you guys.
Wait, what? He did what to you?
So that's a little spoiler alert. So for anybody that tunes in to or subscribes to the Eddie and Webby YouTube channel, you know that we recently started a new series called Webby versus Everybody, and there will be an upcoming episode where I play against Zane Navratil in pickleball, and yes, he used a ping pong paddle. He says he destroyed me. He's being generous to himself because, I mean, he got at least 1 point. I'll say that he got at least 1 point against me, but he was using a ping pong paddle against me in pickleball, where I was using a pickleball paddle. You are not going to want to miss that because it was very fun, very entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that was this series that I recently started. Like, this is another one of those things where if I had started it earlier in the year, it absolutely would have made it into the top 10 list of 2020. But we've only aired 1 episode so far. I have the next 3 ready to go. Probably next week is when episode 2 will air. But this is one of the most fun things I've done for the Eddie and Webby YouTube channel. And it's one of those rare things that I can say thank you to COVID for, because like Michigan, I live in Michigan. Michigan's pretty hard hit when it comes to COVID.
Yeah.
And I have some high-risk people in my life, so I'm playing it on the safe side. So what I'm going to focus on pretty much all winter is singles pickleball. And I decided to try, like, I wanted to see if like high-level players would be willing to play against me in singles matches in pickleball, and I would film it and then make an episode of Webby versus Everybody. And I've got a bunch of people on board with the idea, and even some of them are pro-level players. I'm not going to reveal quite yet who is coming up. Well, I mean, other than Zane Navratil, you know, Zane Navratil will be in a future episode, but there are at least 2 others that have already done a Webby versus Everybody match with me. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking, if Webby plays against a pro-level player, he's going to get absolutely destroyed. And that's a very safe assumption. I would put my money on that bet as well. But the main thing, at the end of every episode, the person I play against gives me some pointers, some advice on what they noticed that I did wrong that I should work on. So I think it can be a good educational thing for those that tune into it.
Right.
And it's a very fun thing. And sometimes we'll mix things up a bit. So the episode where I play against Zane to even things out a bit, he played with a ping pong paddle and I played with a pickleball paddle, and you're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be fun.
I don't even know what happened there, so I am excited to check that out.
Yeah, I haven't told Eddie about it. It is super fun. Actually, and not even in addition to pickleball, we played some ping pong against each other. So we'll find out who is better at ping pong, Webby or Zane Nevertill.
Very interesting. But good stuff, man. That was that's cool to hear, and I'm excited to check out that episode. We're actually ready now for our number 4 moment of 2020. Ooh. Yeah, and this one was a lot of fun here. So back in July, my wife and I, we picked up a small RV, and our first longer trip was actually in August, where we went from Naples, Florida, where we live, up to Michigan to where Webby's at, where we have family, and back down. We spent about 2 weeks or so doing this trip. And one of the stops was at one of my favorite places in the world, and that is Belknap Park in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And the reason we were there was because there was an opportunity for Webby and I to hang out and to be, I don't even know what you call it, guest hosts or guests of an event. And that was the number 4 moment of 2020, the APP bus tour in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie. I'm here at Belknap Park in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm not alone.
What is this when I go? What? Wait, what? Do I go now? Do I start talking now? Yeah. Oh, well, I'm Eddie. This is Webby, not Eddie. What? Are you? Huh? Did you say something?
What? That is right. For the first time in almost 6 months, Eddie and Webby are together again, finally, and it's for a pretty awesome event. We've got 8 of the top pros in all of pickleball that are here for the APP Tour Invitational here at Belknap Park. So behind me, we've got the APP Tour commentating crew for today. They are doing an awesome job.
All right, guys, I am joined by the one and only, the incomparable, the infamous. It is Eddie and Webby, guys.
Thanks for having us, and just stay tuned for the 2021 Beer City Open because it's going to be off the hook. That's right. All right, so this was another awesome event here in Grand Rapids at Belknap Park.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever had a bad time at Belknap Park. This place is awesome, and another great event. That's right. As Webby is frantically changing his shirt from the PPA to the APP at the very last minute.
Yep. I lost my sunglasses.
You know what's funny, Webby, is actually... No, you still got them. Do you want to know what's funny, Webby, is that actually I did have a bad experience at Belknap Park, and I forgot about it. And we talked about it on episode 13 or 14. And that was after when my wife and I were in Grand Rapids for about a month after Beer City Open. I went back there, and that was the night I met Cassie Graves, who was a former guest, and we well, anyway, it wasn't a positive experience. So it's funny that actually I said that, but I did kind of have a negative experience at Belknap Park one time. Other than that, everything has been great there.
Nice. Yeah, I love playing at Belknap Park. I am lucky enough to where every time I've been there, I have not had a bad experience. It's very unfortunate that you did have a bad experience.
It was a fluke, man. It was a one-time thing, and ever since then, it's been incredible there.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of Belknap Park, a good friend, a couple good friends of ours sent us a message. Some folks from Grand Rapids that have played a very big role in what we've done with this podcast. Two of our biggest supporters, two of our best friends from the Grand Rapids area, and that is Matt Loria and Andrea Bordewick. And they sent us a very nice message here, so I think we should play that right about now.
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays, Eddie and Webby!
Thank you guys so much for having me on in 2020 and yet again becoming the greatest pickleball podcast in the nation. Not only are you guys an amazing podcast, but you guys are pandemic resilient and still doing amazing things here in 2020.
We love you, and here's to a better 2021.
Pickleball for life.
Oh yeah, pickleball for life. Pickleball for life.
Man, I love Matt and Andrea. They've been great. They become great friends of us. Awesome people. Super fun to hang out with. Matt is just one of the funniest people I've ever met. Andrea is the biggest sweetheart, and they're just great. I love them. Love them to bits.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. They're awesome people. Every time I go to Grand Rapids, I love hanging out with them if they're available. And I'll do another spoiler alert. Episode number 2 of Webby versus everybody is going to be against Party Girl Chica 420, a.k.a. Matt Loria.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So episode 1 was against Kyle Worthy. He is known to be very successful in 4.5 and 5.0 level tournaments. So episode 2, I played against Matt Loria. I think he does he does 4.5 level tournaments too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 4.0, 4.5.
I don't know what his singles is, but I know that recently he's been doing doubles at 4.5.
Yeah, I don't think he has a whole lot of singles tournament experience, so I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to recover from what happened in episode 1. I didn't do too bad, actually. Kyle Worthy, I gave him a good fight. He was victorious, but I took a lead in every match that we played, except for one. There was one match where it looked like he was going to shut me out, but I made a comeback. I didn't win, but I made a decent comeback and made it at least an interesting match. So Kyle Worthy defeated me in every match that we played in episode 1, but episode 2, I played against somebody a little closer to my own skill level in Matt Loria, and that'll be released sometime probably next week, maybe 2 weeks from now, so you can all look forward to that, so you can see, did what I learned from playing against Kyle Worthy make it to where I could defeat Matt Loria? Only one way to find out, and that is to tune in to episode number 2 of Webby versus everybody.
Very nice.
But you know what? I think before we get to moment number 3, I think it's time for Eddie to open up his dollar store gifts.
Well, you were smart enough to label these gifts 1, 2, and 3. I'm assuming that's the order I opened them in, right?
That is correct. Yep. So you will want to open the one that says number 1 first. And the funny thing is, I feel like great minds think alike, because this first gift that you're about to open is very similar to one of the gifts that you sent to me. And mine is also pickleball related. I wanted to give you something that is good for before you play pickleball, while you're playing pickleball, and after you play pickleball. So this right here is a gift. You'll want to consume this before you play pickleball because you want protein. You want your body nice and nourished.
Okay.
And so once you open this, you'll see what I mean. This is something that you will want to consume before you play pickleball.
Oh, God. Oh, God. So I have some jumbo squid in olive oil.
Yep.
As well as chunk light tuna with jalapeno. So I'm going to get my omega-3s, my protein, and a little spice up in there, huh?
Oh, yeah. And I wish I knew how to do these poll things, but I think we should do a poll. What should Eddie eat? What should Eddie taste test out of these two gifts?
All right.
The friggin' kipped herring or whatever the hell it was you gave me. So I feel like Eddie needs to eat at least one of those two gifts that I just gave him. Don't you think, everybody?
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm a nice guy and I feel bad for you, I'm gonna actually create the poll and post it. So, what should Eddie eat? Should it be the tuna jalapeno, or should it be the jumbo squid? And I'm going to post that right now. So if you guys want to vote, maybe in a little bit, we'll determine which one I eat. How does that sound, Webby?
It sounds good. Sounds real good.
Okay. Should I go on to number 2?
Yeah, let's go to number 2. So this is something like while you are on the pickleball court, this is something that can provide you with some entertainment, or maybe like make it to where you can take your mind off things, get rid of your anxiety. And
whoa, it's a tennis ball FM radio. Okay, all right. I could see how this could be beneficial. Yeah. The radio lights up when you move it, so that's a good thing. I'm assuming I'll need some batteries in here, but that's pretty cool that I'll have entertainment while I'm out there, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure that's going to be top of the line. I got that from the finest dollar store in Garden City, Michigan, so I'm sure that is going to be exceptional quality. And to be honest, the package, I don't know if you noticed, it looked like it was probably stored in a garage for like 10 years. And then like the person that owns the dollar store was like, yeah, I'm going to put this on the shelf. I'm going to sell this on the shelves here at this dollar store.
Well, it's a legitimate brand, Digit. So I'm glad that Digit. Yeah. So it seems high quality. I definitely will get a lot of use out of this. This is going right into my PaddleTech paddle or pickleball bag, and I'll be able to get all my favorite AM and FM. Actually, just FM. This doesn't even have AM. I'll get my favorite FM radio stations right from this ball that lights up when it moves.
Yeah. And see that swirly antenna on top? That shows that it's going to get like a really good reception. Like you'll probably never find a radio with as good of reception as that thing right there.
No, I agree. This is going to be fantastic. I'm excited about that.
So now it's time for gift number 3. And I know you're down there in Florida, so when you're done playing pickleball, you probably want to chill and relax at the beach. So you're going to need this item to make sure that you can have a very enjoyable experience at the beach. And you'll see what I mean once you open it and see what it says. What does it say?
Well, this is a 3-pack of bikini razors. I appreciate that. I definitely, when I'm wearing my Speedo out there, I want to make sure that I got a nice little, my bikini line is well groomed. And so now I have my Spa Savvy 3-pack of bikini razors to make sure I'm looking good.
That's right. Yeah, I'm thinking about you, my friend. I want you to be living your best life.
You know what, man?
Florida.
It's all about how you look. And when you look good, you feel good. And now I know that my bikini line is going to be nice and tight. I'm not going to have any stragglers, and I'll feel very confident out there on the beach.
Nice. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate those gifts. I'm excited to use all of them, and especially to make sure that my bikini line looks good.
Well, very nice. I thought that was a very successful dollar store gift exchange, but I think it's time for us to do a little CBS bottle measurement test.
Okay.
And this is what I have left in my glass. This is my bottle. Let's see what we got going here, and boom.
You're a little bit further than me into it. I have maybe a few more swigs than you do, but we're pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. So I say it's time to move on to moment number 3 on our list. What do you think about that?
I think it's a good idea.
So I always love it when I can document a pickleball first on our YouTube channel, and this next moment is one of those times. I did my very first pickleball clinic with a pro player over the summer, and I made a little highlight video from the experience. So coming in at number 3 is the Riley Newman Pickleball Clinic. Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie, and I am at Upton Park in Royal Oak, Michigan. I am attending my first ever pickleball clinic, and the instructor actually just so happens to be right here. It's the one and only Riley Newman. How's it going, man?
Hey guys, it's gonna be a really, really fun time. Skills, drills, we're gonna end with a group game. That's the one. You feel yourself kind of, momentum going back to you. I'll take that one out of the air. Yeah. I saw a lot of you guys make that like conscious effort to like take balls out of the air, and it's going to be so important as you go on and play further and further and get higher up levels. If you can take balls out of the air, you're just going to eliminate those steps back. So that was good. So if someone's like attacking me and I don't like see the attack coming, I don't have time to then come in with the counter volley. So then that's when I'll block. So if my opponent comes at me and I'm like getting scared or I just get surprised, that's when I'll block. I'll try and reset it, and then we get back in that dinking rally. So blocking is obviously really, really crucial. Next, we're gonna be working on middle court drops. Daniel, can I have you hop in right here? Okay, you're gonna be at the kitchen. You're gonna just cooperatively hit me balls at my feet. Good, and I'm just gonna be working on dropping it into the kitchen. Okay, so pretend like I'm hitting a third shot drop. I hit it high. I can only make it to like right here. So now we're hitting our 5th shot drop. And now I'm just giving it plenty of height. And this will give me time to then come in.
All right, this is the moment I've been waiting for. It's the round robin tournament. If I win, I get to face Riley in the finals. Let's do this.
You did it? Oh, no, I don't have mine.
Oh, I don't know if I like it. So you guys can keep kind of hitting around if you want to until they finish. Sorry for a sip of water, Riley.
Nice shot. All right, so the clinic just ended. Man, Riley, thank you very much. That was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a good time. All the viewers, okay, Webby placed in our top 3. So he played well. He was learning all day, asked a bunch of great questions, and look at our bronze medalist right here.
Thank you, thank you. I think we could have gotten silver. I made a couple blunders, but
it was there.
Riley was there coaching me along the way, so I know what I need to work on. But I got to tell you, that this was my first clinic I've ever done. I definitely learned a lot.
Awesome.
There's a few things I'm absolutely going to implement right away.
Yeah.
So this was awesome. So guys, seriously, if you ever get a chance to do a clinic, especially with Riley or any of the top pros, you got to do it. It's definitely worth it. And I'll gladly do it again if you're in the area or if I'm anywhere near you.
Awesome.
It was a great time.
Feel free to reach out to me, Riley Newman, on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be coming to your neighborhood very, very soon.
Man, that was such an awesome experience, and I am very grateful that Riley was cool with me recording the whole thing and making a highlight video out of it. And that was by far the most popular video that I've ever edited since the Pickleball Anthem music video. Like, everything that I've edited since we started this YouTube channel, it's gotten like decent views, but that video really took off quickly. Like, people are really loving it. I've gotten great feedback on it, and it was awesome. And it was such a great experience too. Like, I definitely learned a lot, and I definitely feel like my pickleball game has improved because of that clinic that I did with Riley.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of great tips in there, but I can tell you from personal experience, clinics are an amazing way to learn a buttload of information in one weekend or one day or one small amount of time that you can then take back, you can drill on, you can implement into your game, and it can provide a ton of value for a very long period of time.
Oh, for sure. And it was so cool. I didn't really know what to expect because I had done like one-on-one training with DJ Howard before, and that was awesome. And I in my mind, I was like, well, there's no way a clinic can be as good as this one-on-one time that I got. But it actually, it's like a different experience. Like, both of them are very valuable for different reasons. Like, the one-on-one thing, it's great, obviously, because you're getting one-on-one time with this pro player. But with the clinic, you get to see what it's like implementing these things with other players, especially, I don't know if everybody does this, but during Riley's during Riley's clinic, we did a round robin tournament. So you got to try to implement what you learned against actual players in a little round robin tournament.
Yep.
And I loved the fact that like the little round robin tournament meant something. So like whoever got first place, not only did they get to play against Riley Newman in the finals, they got free Selkirk paddles. I mean, how awesome is that?
Yeah, that's cool. It looked like a fun time, and honestly, that you did a great job with that video, and it was fun, it was entertaining, but it was also beneficial. Like somebody could watch that video and walk away with a few tips that can help their pickleball game as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was super fun. I would absolutely do it again. And I love the fact that here in Southeast Michigan, things are really picking up. We've got some good indoor courses or courts. We've got some great outdoor courts, and the pickleball pros are taking notice. We had Zane Navratil recently came to Southeast Michigan at the Wolverine Pickleball Warehouse. Tyson is coming to the Wimbledon Pickleball Club in St. Clair Shores. DJ Howard, he either was or is coming pretty soon too. I mean, it's awesome what's going on here in Southeast Michigan. I mean, we're getting the opportunities to finally like play with and learn from the top pros in the game, and it's awesome. So if anybody listening ever gets a chance to do a clinic or one-on-one training with a pro player, you've got to do it. If you have the means to do it, do it. It will definitely help.
Do it.
Do it.
Yep.
But speaking of Riley Newman, when he was on our show earlier this year, we learned that he has actually been helping coach a player that is pretty interesting in the pop culture world. And that person is Tyson Apostle from Survivor fame. And Tyson was actually our most recent guest on the podcast. And it was very interesting learning about his time on Survivor, but also the fact that he's super, super passionate about pickleball. In fact, that's what he's focusing most of his time on these days is pickleball. And he's been getting some training from top-level players such as Riley Newman. And we actually got a nice message from Tyson, and we'd like to play that right now.
Yo, Eddie and Webby, what's up, guys? I hope you are celebrating the holidays in style, and I just wanted to say thank you for having me on the podcast, and I look forward to each and every episode you guys put out, and here's to many more. And I was just curious, what are your predictions and thoughts on the 2022 rules? I know we've all seen the 2021 rule changes, but what are your hopes for 2022? Come up with something awesome. Okay? Love you guys. See ya.
I mean, that was cool. Yeah.
Very cool message. Like I still can't believe it. Like that, like
yeah.
I have been a lifelong Survivor fan. Like ever since season 1 of Survivor, I've been a very big fan. And like I said, when he was on our show, I learned that he was into pickleball due to Pickleball magazine. And when I learned that, I was like, man, that would be so cool to get him on our show. I had no idea that I was actually going to have luck getting in contact with him and getting him on the show, but luckily it worked out, and he was a great guest. We learned a lot of great information about him. He's a big personality. Like like I feel like he's one of those love him or hate him type of people, because people usually either respect and love how he played the game of Survivor, or people hate him because he was one of the villains on Heroes versus Villains, and people might think, oh, this guy is a douche. Like I can't stand this guy, but he like. I don't know. I've always been a big fan of him. Like even on the Survivor days when he was considered a villain, I respected the way that he played the game because I knew that he got it. He understood that the game of Survivor, it's kind of a game about manipulation. Like you got to see how far you can get in the game. You got to get in the heads of the people that you're playing against. It just, I don't know. It was super interesting. I think it was one of the most interesting episodes we've ever done having him on the show. So if anybody hasn't tuned into that one, you should definitely take a listen to that or tune into that. I thought it was awesome.
It's fascinating.
I think I think it's a great thing. There are people that think that he's like very egotistical and not good for the sport of pickleball. I differ 100%. I think that he is absolutely what the game of pickleball needs, because he can help get this game in front of a different crowd. Like I've said it before, like pickleball, like people that play pickleball love the pickleball pros and they can consider them celebrities and stuff like that. But people that don't play pickleball
Right.
Like, they don't know who Kyle Yates is. They don't know who
Nope.
Tyson McGuffin is, but there's a good chance that they probably know who Tyson from Survivor is.
Yep.
And he's playing pickleball and totally obsessed with it. Maybe they'll give it a chance. You know what I mean? Like, I think stuff like that is what pickleball needs.
I totally agree. And I think that one of the things that Webby and I are going to talk about at the end of the podcast is our plans for 2021. And you're going to see more things like that where there's a lot of celebrities. There's a lot of people who are outside of just the pickleball world who are obsessed with pickleball. And not only do we want to continue to highlight the pros and the amazing work that they do, we also want to be able to tap into that group of celebrities outside of the pickleball world who are into it and highlight them, not for personal gain, but for helping to get the word of pickleball out there beyond those who are already in that world.
Yep, exactly. Like that's exactly what we want to do. Like, we want to help promote the pros that are in the sport of pickleball because we don't think that they get the exposure that they deserve. So that'll always be our main priority, but also just trying to spread the word of pickleball and get more people into pickleball, because the more the better, the more youth that gets involved, the better. And that's absolutely what we want to focus on, getting people on the show that have a wide reach to help get pickleball spread more, but then also to help learn who these pickleball pros are and get them more exposure. Those are our main priorities, and we definitely plan on continuing to do that.
That's right. And to also drink beer. So cheers.
Yes, which I've done a lot tonight. This is all I have left of my CBS. I'm winning. I'm currently winning.
Yeah, you're currently winning at that, man, but have at it, because we still got plenty more stuff to go through.
Yeah, we do. And I say we get to moment number 2, and this is a big one. Like, this is awesome. I love moment number 2. And moment number 2 on the list is currently one of my all-time favorite tournament experiences to date when it comes to pickleball. Earlier this year, I flew down to Florida on a very snowy day here in Michigan to meet up with Eddie down in Florida. And it was one of the best and most impactful pickleball experiences from beginning to end that I've ever had. So moment 2 on our top 10 moments of 2020 is the 2020 Florida Grand Slam experience.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the 2020 Florida Grand Slam here in beautiful Bonita Springs, Florida.
Here we have Eddie hard at work getting stuff set up for the live stream.
All right, I was just informed about a secret entryway to the roof. Unfortunately, it requires climbing this very high ladder. Man, I have the best view in the house up here. I can see every court. This is incredible. This is Webby, not Eddie, and we are here live streaming the awesome action. Cheers. All right, we are currently in the middle of the pro women's doubles gold medal match. What an epic match that was. This is the conclusion of pro men's and pro women's doubles, and man, it was awesome.
Another epic day. It's been awesome having you here. This is so much fun.
Yeah, very fun.
It's just like we were saying, it's a lot of work, but my God, it's so much fun. It doesn't even feel like work because it's so much fun.
We're gonna do it all again tomorrow, because tomorrow is mixed pro doubles day. So we'll be back bright and early once again.
That's right. More live streaming, more video, more hanging out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
And welcome everybody to the 2020 Florida Grand Slam live from Peak Performance Pickleball Academy here in lovely Bonita Springs, Florida. Guys, this is Eddie from Eddie and Webby here, but I'm not alone. I also have with me...
I'm Webby. We're still going. We're still going, folks. Wow.
Oh my God.
This
Oh
point
my
is
God.
still in.
Wow. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
That was a battle.
Without a doubt, the point of the weekend
I was
so
gonna
far.
say, definitely.
Chad Edwards, what's going on?
Well, I finally get a little bit of a break from running the tournament, and I get to enjoy some time here with you guys. Fantastic point to end the match right there.
And this has been an absolutely incredible weekend. Such a great time.
I mean, think about all the things that we've been able to do, right? The Eddie versus Webby 6-match.
Yep.
Play 4.0 mixed doubles.
You came home
with a couple bronze medals. I'm very excited about that. Got the live stream all the pro matches on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't even know, did we sleep? I don't think we slept very much.
Not much. The whole entire thing is thanks to one very special person, and she just so happens to be with us right here.
Oh, hey!
I just have to say thank you guys, Chad and I, and all of us here. We're so thankful that you guys are in our lives, and I know all the pickleball people are as well. Because of you guys, they were able to watch all this awesome pickleball. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's going to do it for us here at the Florida Grand Slam Tournament in Bonita Springs, Florida.
And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
Go! That's a wrap.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, but this video is over.
What an experience that was. Here's the crazy part, Webby, and you know this. When I edited the video of all the highlights from that trip, originally it was over 10 minutes long because here's what we didn't include in that highlights video. Wednesday of that week was me playing men's 4.0 doubles. Thursday of that week was me live streaming the pro men's and women's singles and Webby flying down. We skipped over all of that in addition to Webby and I both doing the Eddie versus Webby 6-match and us playing mixed 4.0 doubles. There was so much that happened in that 5-day period. And honestly, it's going to go down for me as one of the highlights of my pickleball career in every aspect.
Oh, for sure. Like, there are two moments that hands down are the best pickleball moments in my life, and it'll be very hard to top either one of them. That is the 2019 Beer City Open and the 2020 Florida Grand Slam experience. And I will never forget that experience. So what's funny is I was only able to work it out to head down to Florida once this year. And this was all before COVID hit. So I had to choose like which event I wanted to attend. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go to the US Open or Simone's tournament. And that was not an easy decision. Like I said, this was before COVID. So COVID was not a factor. And in the end, I decided to go to the Florida Grand Slam. And that is the best decision I could have made because, as we all know, shortly afterward, the world went on lockdown. The U.S. Open ended up getting canceled. And I feel like that was a very defining moment for Eddie and Webby because that was our first tournament together where we did all of the live streaming commentary, the live streaming coverage. And like, if it wasn't for that experience, I feel like people wouldn't know like what Eddie and Webby can produce when it comes to a live stream. And when I say Eddie and Webby, I mean Eddie. What Eddie can produce when it comes to live streaming.
But here's the thing is that I think the live streaming was awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm very confident in my abilities as a producer for live streaming. But those vlog videos that you did, to me, are the best pickleball vlogs on YouTube. They like every time I watch them, I'm just blown away by how amazing you did at capturing the moment of, you coming down, us playing separately, us live streaming the pro matches, some of the clips from the pro matches, you climbing on the roof, us hanging out with the pros, getting Lucy to do that line at the end. Like, all of that stuff led to some of the best pickleball vlog videos that I think that exist out there.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I definitely appreciate that. And like, I do feel like anytime I edit a video now, like I look at that series of videos that we did, and I'm like, man, like how can I top this? Like
it's going to be hard, man.
I don't know
how I can top
this. Like,
it's going to be hard to top that. Like, first of all, Simone's such an amazing woman, and she draws in all these top pros to the Bonita Springs YMCA, which is such a fun, intimate venue. And it was just like, I don't know. It was an unreal experience that will be at the top of my list forever.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's going to be very hard to top that whole experience. But speaking of Simone, I mean, that was her tournament. She's the tournament director. That's her baby. She actually wanted to give you a surprise tonight. She was going to try to join us live. Unfortunately, I am not as good as Eddie at making things happen when we're live streaming. So Simone tried to join us. It didn't work out. But literally minutes ago, she sent a video. I haven't even watched it yet. But our next special message is from Simone, and it just came in a very short time ago. This is going to be a surprise to both you and me. But here's a video message from Simone Jardim.
Hi, Eddie and Webby. We wanted to surprise Eddie to wish you guys Merry Christmas. And me personally, I wanted to thank Eddie for all that he's done for me, helping me with the YouTube channel. So anyways, sorry it didn't work out, but kisses, and Merry Christmas again. Thank you.
Simone is like, she is such a class act. Like, I can't think of anybody that is better for the sport of pickleball than Simone Jardim. And this right here is proof of that, right? Because, I mean, it didn't work out for her to join us live like we wanted to. Some technical issues happened, but she still managed to record a video, send it to me in time for us to get this on the video, and then to get this on the podcast. And thanks to Eddie for being able to get the video that I sent to him and play it on the air. I mean, it just goes to show like why we love Simone so much and why she is so awesome.
She's amazing. She's so much fun to work with. I'm not going to lie to you, that her sending that over was a little emotional for me, because I just love working with her. She's so fun. She's so good for the sport. Like, I would follow her through the gates of hell if that's what she asked me to do, because she's an amazing woman, an amazing mother, an amazing coach, an amazing player. Like, everything about her, she blows me away every single time. And here's another example of that. So Simone, if you're watching, like, you're just an amazing person. And we thank you for all that you do for pickleball and all that you do for us. And we're so happy to support you in any way that we can.
Oh, for sure. And like the Florida Grand Slam, like it blew me away in so many different ways. Like, they only had, I think it was 8 courts, but they had a whole bunch of people involved in this tournament, yet they somehow managed to run it in a way where it flowed very nicely. Like, I've been to tournaments with way more courts than what she had to work with, that had super long delays in between games and stuff. And it was super impressive. She had a bunch of the best players in pickleball at the tournament. She was tournament directing. She played in the tournament and did extremely well in the tournament. And it just, that experience was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like we said before, I'll never forget that experience. It'll be very hard to top.
If I can share one more thing too, Webby, and I know we're going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but this is very meaningful to me, and it's something that I'll never forget. When Simone asked me if I wanted to live stream the tournament, I was like, yes, absolutely. But I didn't go into it thinking like, how much money am I going to make? You know, like what is that all going to mean? It was just like, yeah, you have a tournament, you have the top pros. Of course, we're going to do that. And we're going to figure it out. Well, it was pro singles day and I was live streaming the tournament. I just got done live streaming. I shut down the system. I ran to the restroom. I came out and all of the women who won in the pro singles division were on the podium stand getting their picture taken. And Simone's like, Eddie, come here. And I'm like, what? She's like, come closer, come closer. And I'm like, what? What's going on? She said, look at the check. And I looked down and she had the check that was made out to her for winning that tournament. She had made it out to me as a thank you for live streaming the tournament. Like her earnings, what she just busted her ass out on the court for. She was like, no, I want you to have this for live streaming. And when that happened, I was just like, I was taken back. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't have any words to say at that moment. But the reason I bring up this story is just to show you how amazing of a person she is.
Incredible. That's so awesome.
Yeah. It's incredible. She's an incredible person. I'm so grateful to work with her. I'm so grateful that we were able to be part of that. And I look forward to this year's Florida Grand Slam, which is going to be part of the PPA at a different venue up in Tampa. So I'm excited for all the great stuff that's going to bring too.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Well, another great thing happened at the Florida Grand Slam tournament that we just showed the video of. And that was actually the first time that Webby and I both got to meet. Technically, I met him before, but not at this level. Webby and I got to meet officially the one and only Steve Deacon, who later ended up becoming a guest in our podcast. And he sent a message as well that I'm going to play right now.
Hello, Eddie and Webby. This is Steve Deacon from Vancouver, Canada. Just wanted to take a quick moment to wish everyone a safe and happy holidays and looking forward to seeing everybody in 2021.
That was a quick message. Webby, were you trying to do an outfit change there?
Yeah, didn't have enough time there. Whoops. The CBS is impairing my sense of time and judgment.
Crazy. Love Steve Deacon, one of our favorites in the sport. He loves his Red Roof Inn. He's a great guy too, and he's incredible to watch. I've always enjoyed watching him out there on the court, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do in 2021.
Yeah, such an awesome player, such a great guy. It was awesome to see him play in person and get to meet him. We had him on the show earlier this year, and I am a huge fan of Steve Deacon. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us in 2021.
That's right. Well, before we get on to our number one moment, as much as I was hoping we can breeze past this, I think we owe it to the fans to react to the most recent poll, and that is, what should Eddie eat? Is it the Goya Chunk Light Jalapeno? Or is it the Goya Premium Jumbo Squid in olive oil? And Webby, I know you can't.
Squid. Come on, Jumbo Squid.
Well, Webby,
that was my vote.
I didn't.
I didn't officially vote, but that's what I was hoping for.
I know you can't see the poll results, but what do you think it was?
I'm hoping the squid because that sounds really weird and disgusting.
It was the squid. 100% of votes came in for the
Nice.
dollar store Jumbo Squid in olive oil, which I am opening right now. And oh my God, I can't even show it to you because it's dripping in olive oil. I don't even know what to say, but as Webby had, oh geez, I just dripped everywhere.
Man.
I have fish scented olive oil all over my beautiful desk right now.
Perfect.
And all over the ground, all over my shirt. Oh my God. That smells
good,
so bad. That all I did was smell my hand. Can you see a little bit of the oil that's on my hand that dripped?
Yeah.
All I did was smell my hand, and I immediately started to gag.
Oh man! Like, are you worried about food poisoning at this point, or?
Oh my God! It smells so bad, and I'm holding it this far away from me, and it smells.
Oh man!
That's right. I'm gonna do it.
He's got to do it. He's legally obligated. We did a poll.
Oh God, it's so hard. It's not soft like tuna fish. It's actually like hard pieces of meat.
Well, squid is typically like a rubbery. I feel like I like getting calamari. Calamari is typically on the it's like rubbery kind of in the mouth. It's got to be like fried just correctly for it to taste good.
You're gonna
definitely
need to,
not fried.
You're gonna need to coach me through this, man. Like, talk me up. Like, just get me going here, please.
Well, so like, have you ever did you ever like sardines? I feel like it's close to sardines.
I like sardines. I love anchovies. I always get these organic anchovies that I like. I like calamari. I've been to Korean restaurants and I've had like the squid that's like fried, so I've had this a lot, but it didn't smell this before.
Have you gone to the Carju Cafe in Detroit? Have you been there for their oysters?
No, but I like oysters. I really enjoy oysters.
Okay.
But oysters don't usually make a sound when you smack them against a table. This seems like it's rubber, like it's a rubber bouncy ball.
No, if you get oysters from a good place, they smell good, they taste good, they have a good texture and consistency. The place that I bought these from, like I don't have a lot of faith in.
If I get sick, man, it's on you.
Do you think, like, after smelling it, do you think you're gonna get sick? I don't want you to get sick.
I'm not smelling it anymore. No, I'm not gonna get sick. Okay. I'll be fine. I have off of my full-time job, I don't go back to work until January 4th. So if I do,
you'll be fine then.
I'll get plenty of time here.
Yeah, plenty of time to get your stomach pumped if necessary. So don't be a wuss.
Oh my God.
I take it that's not a good sound. I take it that means he doesn't necessarily like it a whole lot. Oh my God.
It's so bad.
How would you explain it? Like, what does it taste like? What are you getting a hint of first when it hits your palate?
Okay, do you want to know what it reminds me of? It's the consistency of a hot dog in, the SpaghettiOs with hot dogs instead of meatballs. It's that. Yeah. It's that consistency, but it's in a really fishy, but not like a good fish, like a really they dredge the bottom of the fish tank type of fish to soak that in. Oh God.
Oh man. Sorry, man. I thought it could be like high class, high quality dollar store oysters. I didn't think it was going to be bottom of the fish tank type oysters.
Yeah. If you guys ever want to buy squid, don't buy the Goya premium jumbo squid in olive oil from the dollar store. It's not good. Not good at all. Oh.
They're not a sponsor of ours.
I need, the next video we play, I'm going to go get rid of this because it's the scent of it is making me nauseous. Well, anyway, thank you guys for voting. Appreciate that. I'll deal with all of you out there later. I know who you are who voted, and there's gonna be hell to pay. So it's time to move on to the number one moment of 2020. And for those of you guys that have tuned into the last 2 years, this has been the number one moment for 2018, the number one moment for 2019, and the number one moment for 2020. And every time I watch or edit the video for this, it does make me a little emotional because I am nothing but grateful for how blessed we have been with what I consider to be the number one moment of 2020, and that is our amazing guests.
gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Christine McGrath.
It's trying to look as good as you guys.
As far back in middle school and high school, in PE classes we played pickleball, but there was no dinking. We were playing tennis with the wood paddle.
Don't do what you're about to do, Eddie or Webby. Okay, listen to me. Put the spoon down. Put the spoon down. Okay, where is your toaster?
Please welcome to the show, Frank Anthony Davis. What's going on, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Please welcome to the show, Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good, Eddie and Webby, great to be here.
So then we came to US Open, and that was our first tournament ever, and that's how we basically started.
Please welcome to the show, Deckel Barr. What's going on, Deckel?
Tried pickleball, got hooked, and here we are.
Oh, actually, I think I have a good idea. I think we should get to today's guest. What do you think about that? Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Irina Tereshchenko.
Hi, guys. What an intro. Thank you. And thank you for having me on the show.
We have like 50 breweries. We have a cornhole tournament. Next year it's going to be pickleball.
Yeah, so cool.
We've raised over $500,000 for Keep Abreast.
Come on.
Amazing.
Are you serious?
Friggin' amazing.
Kind of a lot.
You all know who I'm talking about. Adam Stone. What's going on, man?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Adam, happy belated birthday.
Been a couple days now. I just hit 38, so I'm creeping towards 40. It's a little scary, but it's all good.
I've still never done a tournament. I've never played in a tournament or a round robin or anything. I play.
Oh wow!
But all the event, I'm always working at any event that I go to.
Yeah.
Favorite part of being with that team was seeing all these new people, and then at these bigger tournaments, having groups of people coming up to me, remembering that I went out to their courts and, this small city in Iowa, this small city in here, and getting messages randomly from people asking how I'm doing, stuff like that, because I've been able to just meet such great people in this pickleball community.
They are glued and then screwed and then also no, I'm just kidding. They're not. They're like, ah! That was for shock value. No.
Yeah, I'm sure at least a dozen people fainted just now. But I know it's way past Eddie's bedtime, so we should probably start wrapping up soon.
Yeah, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Is that true? Do they actually knock on doors and say, "Hey, go to bed at 9:30"?
No, they technically don't come around and knock on doors, but we have had a couple late nights here. I bet you our neighbors were probably ready to start coming knocking on doors.
Okay. Because you said that it's almost every episode at the end is like, do they really come around? And I was like, I gotta ask them if that's true or not.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Jennifer Lucor and Alex Hamner. How's it going?
Hey, we're doing great.
Not counting Eddie and Webby, you guys are one of the most loved duos in pickleball history. What do you think about that?
I don't know. We're probably way behind you guys, though.
Yes, yeah. We definitely like to have fun.
We're very fortunate that we have a great tournament committee and everybody knows their role and everybody did a great job.
That was one of my favorite things. Is I said, what other sport can you have literally the top pros in the game helping me carry cases of seltzer and beer and setting up tents from my car all the way into that. So it was everyone from literally Kyle, Simone, Dave Weinbach, Ben, everybody grabbing cases to just basically help them put in this beer garden.
We were hitting a lot of two-handed backhands. We'd actually run around our forehand to hit the two-handed backhand. And even at the time, 3 years ago, they were saying, no one hits two-handed backhands. What are you guys doing? Oh, what's that? It's trash. Riley and I stayed true to ourselves and to our game. And I think our kind of dynamic being the only brother-sister pro team out there is exciting, and I think it's kind of fun to watch.
Please welcome Connor Pardo and Connor Ogden. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey guys, how you doing? Appreciate you having us on.
But she's blind, and they did this fundraiser where if they raised like $1,000 or $2,000, that she was going to give him a haircut on Facebook Live. So that was really entertaining.
The game's for everybody. If a 13-year-old sees a Ninja Turtle playing pickleball and they're like, well, wait a minute, let me try and see if this game's cool. They think that's cool and then they want to do it too. So nothing's going to stop me from trying to spread the game to all generations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show 2008 Stanley Cup champion Dan Cleary and 4-time Stanley Cup champion Chris Draper.
Geez, for almost 4 months, we're probably averaging about 5 times a week, anywhere from 2 hours to some days 4 hours of playing.
I mean, the competitive juices is what's fun, and what I love most about it is that it's instant. You know, you get the instant gratification of a block or a great winner. You know, I'm a big golfer, love to play golf, and this has started to become more than golf for me.
Fearless with a high hope, fearless with a high hope, fearless with the light of day. There you go.
And I will highly recommend this. It's called the Red Roof Inn, and if you guys want, you know, top-notch accommodations, I'm telling you that is the place to go. And ask for Leroy because he will take care of you.
Tried to go out there with a semi-Western tennis grip and just show these guys that dinking was stupid, but they pretty quickly showed me that that dinking did have a purpose, and I got my butt handed to me by some people like 5 times my age.
Oh, I can't deny I'm biased. Every time one of my brothers is playing, I want them to win, of course. When they play against each other, it's pretty tough. My alliance is split between the two of them.
But our team is very creative. The pros are creative. Like it's just always fun to explore new things. And so,
and for those that don't know, we actually do all of these commercials in-house.
I love the atmosphere of golf. I'm a terrible golfer. I can't golf, but I love the atmosphere of it. And it's the same thing with the pickleball. Like, I love to be outside. I love that it's necessarily not a big team of people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a few. It's just a blast.
Am I aspiring professional? I guess I am now that Riley said that, as long as he coaches me to victory. But if I'm meeting him, I feel like that's a conflict of interest for him now, right? To coach me to defeat him.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie and Webby. You guys are awesome.
Everyone stay safe and healthy.
Bye.
Cheers to all you guys. This I mean, Webby, doesn't that kind of get you choked up every time you see that, man?
Yeah, man. Like, my goosebumps have goosebumps right now. Like, this is every time I watch those, I can't get over it. Like, I feel like we're so blessed. I am so grateful. It's just, I don't even know what to say.
I'm with you. We are so lucky that so many of you out there have supported us. So many of you, the top pros in the sport, you guys have been so willing to jump on and talk and share your life with us and just hang out. And some of you have a beer. Some of you break out in song. Like, it's incredible. And we're so lucky to have met all of you. Thank you to all of our guests. Seriously, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. And I don't know. Should we finish off what we have in our glass? This is the last of what's from my bomber.
You have a little bit more than I do, so why not? Screw it. Who cares? It's
all right. For old time's sake, I say yes. Ziggy zuggy, ziggy zuggy, oi, oi, oi. 3, 2, 1, bottoms up.
Oh, I'm gonna regret that.
I'm gonna regret it, but
that.
Smooth.
Oh, I'm gonna regret that.
Whew. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so good though.
So good. That beer was pretty incredible, and it aged very well. I think it brought out some very nice notes in it. So thank you, thank you, founders, for making such a great beer that I could age in my fridge for a while.
Yes, thank you, founders. My 2019 edition was absolutely delicious.
By the way, Webby, I got your gift. Got your gift working. Your dollar store
nice
FM radio. So when you move it, it lights up, and then.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
FM radio going on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? I'm excited. I'm going to be rocking that out all day tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Man. I feel like I got you a pretty top-notch gift there. It might not, maybe not quite as good as the kipped herring that you got me, but that's pretty close, I think.
Whoa! Oh shoot! I just spilled water all
Oh,
over the place.
man.
Yep. Yeah.
You're cut off. You are cut off, my friend.
It's all over my MacBook Pro. Don't worry about it. No big deal.
Oh, no big deal. No big deal
Yeah.
whatsoever. Those are basically disposable.
Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and introduce the next video so I can get this cleaned up here real quick?
All right, sounds good. So what I love about this podcast is that not only can we showcase today's top pros players, but we also get a chance to talk to some pickleball players that are part of the Hall of Fame, the Pickleball Hall of Fame. So I am very proud to say that our next few messages come from Pickleball Hall of Famers Alex Hamner, Jennifer Lucour, and Steve Peranto.
Hey, Eddie and Webby, Alex Hamner just wanted to say Merry Christmas from sunny Southern California. Going on the courts. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, Eddie and Webby, Jennifer Lucour here. Happy holidays.
Oh, hey Eddie and Webby, I'm just writing a love song based around pickleball, one of my true loves. Hey Eddie and Webby, thanks again for such a great year with your podcasts. They're so entertaining. It's so fun to get the viewpoint from a lot of these top players and your average player also. So really loved your podcast. I know this has been a crazy year because of COVID, but I think pickleball has probably been the savior for a lot of us. We're still out there playing some pickleball. We might be social distancing, but a lot of skinny singles going on and lots of new things happening. And I'm excited about, hey, my idea of the drop serve is a new rule for 2021. So I'm looking forward to 2021. I'm sitting here with the original composite paddle that my dad made back in the early 80s. This is going to be at the new Hall of Fame that'll be opening in 2021 in Austin, Texas at the Pickleball Ranch. This is what turned into this, everyone. And if you didn't have these paddles in the 80s and 90s, you weren't a real pickleball player. So anyway, Happy New Year to everybody. And I think I better finish writing my love song.
Man, those three messages are also things that give me major goosebumps. I mean, those are three people that have been involved in the pickleball game for a very long time. All three of them are in the Pickleball Hall of Fame, and they definitely deserve to be. And like Steve Peranto said, he was very influential in some changes that are going to happen next year in the game of pickleball. And that is because of the whole drop serve thing. That is something he's been pushing for many, many years, and it's finally going to happen.
Have you tried one yet?
So I've only tried it in my basement. I actually recently set up a little thing in my basement to where I can do some solo drilling and do some practice by myself in my basement. So like I've done like where I've dropped the ball and served it. I've tried to add like some spin to it. So based on what I've done in my basement, I'm loving it, and I think it's a game changer. But like, I'm curious, what are your thoughts? I feel like there's two like really big changes that everybody is talking about, and that is the drop serve change to where you can drop the ball and hit the serve, and then also no more lets on your serve. Like if you serve the ball and it hits the net and it's still inbounds, there's no more lets. What are your thoughts on those
let me
two?
ask you a question. Let's say you play, when you go to play pickleball recreationally, how long do you play for? 2.5 hours or so? Would you say 3 hours maybe?
Yeah, 2.5 to 3 hours on average, I would say.
How many times does a let serve happen during those 3 hours?
It definitely happens. I wouldn't say it happens a lot, but it definitely happens. I mean, I would say
Like maybe
every
once or
time
twice?
Yeah, at least once or twice. I would say
Okay.
I can't think of a time where it didn't happen at least once or twice.
And out of those once or twice that it happens, how many of those are unreturnable?
I would say none.
Right. So
none of them are unreturnable.
I am 100% a proponent of this, and here's why. I've been in a tournament where I've been up against, I don't remember if it was tournament or league play, but I was up against people, and specifically a woman who's a notorious cheater, and I hit a really nice serve, and she was unable to return it, and she just called let serve. And it was like,
man.
it was blatantly 6 inches over the net. It was just a great serve. She couldn't get to it. And so I'm a huge proponent of it. It takes away that ambiguity of it. And so there's pros and cons, right? The pros of allowing let serves is it takes away the ambiguity. The cons are 1 out of every 300 serves is going to be unreturnable and in the favor of the server because they were able to hit the net and you weren't able to do anything with it. Like I am totally okay with that because I've experienced that personally. But I understand where people that haven't experienced that might be like, why do we need this rule?
Yeah, I could see that, but I also am 100% for it because like you said, I have never experienced a time where somebody that was on the opposing side of the net served the ball and it was a let to where I don't think I could have served it. Like it's just because of the rules. Like I hear it or see it hit the net, I stop playing and call it a let. But I mean, there are many times where I easily could have played it and like would have served it over, but that's just how the rules were. But also, like you said, there have been many times where I served it or my teammate served it, and it absolutely did not hit the net. But the opposing team like claimed that they heard it hit the net. Like I feel like they heard something that happened like maybe somewhere around them, and they're like, "Oh, that sound was the ball hitting the net." So I couldn't return your serve. I'm calling this a let.
That's a let
so,
serve. Yeah,
exactly. I am 100% for the let serve thing.
Yep.
The drop serve thing, I can see why some people are kind of like a little leery about it. But to be honest, like when I look at the pickleball forum, a majority of the people that complain about it obviously did not read the rule, because some people are saying, oh, well, people can just like spin it or they can slam it real hard and then the ball will bounce real high and they can do whatever they want with it. Well, if you are one of those people, I'm just going to be frank, you're an idiot, because it clearly states you cannot throw the ball, you cannot spin the ball, you cannot put the ball on an object or make it higher than what your arm can reach. You have to drop the ball only from as high as you can reach at the maximum. And then if you do that, Steve Peranto has done a number of videos. He's a pretty tall guy, and he proved that no matter how high you drop it from naturally, it will not go above your waist.
Yeah.
So like you're like the people that say like, oh, you can basically do an overhead slam serve. No, that's not possible. It is literally not possible unless you use a rubber ball that is not USAPA approved. You're not going to be able to do any type of overhead serve.
I totally agree. But I can tell you that Monday night I played rec play and we were allowing drop serves, and I was able to hit more unreturnable serves than I would in our normal play. And just today I was drilling with my neighbor and he did 100% drop serves as he was working on his backhand. And it's probably because I'm with the current serving rules of 2020 and before, it's very hard to generate backspin with your serve if you're going to follow the right rules, right? It's almost impossible with a paddle above and keeping it below your navel. With the drop serve, generating backspin is very doable. And I will tell you, today when I was drilling, he was able to generate quite a bit of backspin on some of his serves. And not that it wasn't returnable. It just took me a moment to get into the frame of reference of, okay, that's a backspin serve. It's going to come short or it's going to skid. I need to make sure I get plenty below it because there's enough backspin to be able to get it back and deep. And it did change things a little bit. So I definitely see that. And I just saw a video of Tyson McGuffin practicing yesterday with that type of serve. And he already has a hard serve. And I saw his serve got even tougher with him putting topspin on it.
Ooh.
So
yeah,
I can actually understand the people who are concerned about it. Tennis, racquetball, they've all become sports that are very heavy serve focused, right? You get a good serve, you're gonna separate yourself from the pack. With pickleball, the serve was intentionally made to where it wasn't so much of a factor, and I could see it becoming more of a factor. Webby, do you remember in Grand Rapids when we were playing our last 3.0 tournament we've ever played together, and the first 2 or 3 serves, that guy on the other side of the net just hit these winners that we couldn't even do anything with? Do you remember that?
I do. Yep. Very
But do you remember when he didn't hit those, that the outcome of the game was very close, right?
Yep.
So now this rule is going to let someone like him, instead of getting 2 to 3 points on us, get 6 or 7 points on us. And it doesn't mean he's a better player. It just means that he's mastered that serve. And so from that perspective, I can see why people aren't big fans of it, because it gives advantages to people who might not be better pickleball players in the current context, but are just really good at serving because they have a pickleball or a racquetball or table tennis or tennis background and can drop the ball and just rip their serve.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. But I don't know. I feel like the people that are really going to take advantage of that serve are going to be a little on the higher end players, because like I see it two ways. Like it's definitely going to be a game changer for high level players because they're going to be able to manipulate that ball a little bit differently because of the drop serve. Because when you do the drop serve, there's no limitations on where you hit the ball, how you hit the ball, and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be a game changer. No doubt about that. It's going to be a game changer. People are going to be more creative with the way that they serve the ball. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it because it's gonna increase the way people will serve the ball, and it's gonna increase like the toughness of how they do it. But also, what I've noticed is people that are new to the game, they do better if they do a drop serve. Like it's just for people new to the game, for some reason, I'm talking about people like that don't have like any kind of racket sport background. I've learned that people that drop the ball before they serve it do better. And like I've always had to say like, oh, unfortunately that's not a legal way to serve it. So you're going to have to like drop it out of the air and hit it. And then when they do that, they struggle more. But I don't know if you've ever come across this, but people that are new to the game, dropping it before hitting it is easier for them. So like it's kind of it's a pro for both people new to the game and people with a racket sport background, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Have you come across that at all?
No, I can definitely see why it would be an advantage for beginners. To me, it's like, I personally only go for a winning serve when I'm down or when I'm in rec play and they have a few points on us and we need to even it out. I don't necessarily always go for that in competitive play. And I think that that's going to it's going to change the game a little bit. It's not going to be so much of deep serve, deep return, get yourself to the net, and then play pickleball. It's going to be, how can I win this point before it even starts? And that's the part where I'm more concerned about. From a beginner perspective, yeah, getting it in that box kitty corner from you is tough. But I don't know that dropping it and hitting it is going to make it any easier. Like if people are beginners and they suck, they're going to suck no matter what. Whether you can drop it and hit it or drop it and like have to hit it out of the air, they're just going to be terrible. Because even if they get a good serve in and they get it in, great. When the shot comes back to them and their third shot is a drive to somebody's forehand and it rips it at their feet, it doesn't matter. So it's like it's almost changing the way the sport has been played up to this point.
Right. So Tyson Apostle earlier asked us like what we think should be a 2022 rule change. Do you have anything in mind? Now a lot of people don't realize this, but that drop serve thing, it's a kind of like it's a let's see how it goes kind of rule for 2021.
Provisional.
And then a provisional. Yep. It's a provisional rule. And then in 2022, they'll decide, should this be a permanent rule or should it go back to the way that it was? So do you think, like based on what you know and what you've seen so far, do you think in 2022 this rule will go away, or are there any other rules that you think should be implemented for the game of pickleball?
I have two things on that. My first thing actually comes with a question.
Okay.
When you show up for rec play, let's say you're up against somebody who's maybe a 3-5, 4-0, kind of like right at that level that you feel like that you're up against, but they have an amazing drop serve and you can't get one of them back. Is that going to be fun for you?
No, I would say it probably will not be super fun.
So in that situation, you'd probably prefer that they would just hit the ball to you so you can get the ball back and play and you can actually play pickleball, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're like a new person, like it.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you personally.
Yeah.
Like if they hit every single serve to where you're either hitting it long or hitting it short or not able to get it in play to where it's deep or be able to do anything with their serve, is that going to be a lot of fun for you?
Well, so I feel like I personally am not like most people. I like a challenge. So like if somebody is doing that to me, I'm going to try to figure out like, how can I return this to where they can't use the serve against me anymore? So I am all for a challenge like that. But
I'm asking
I know
you if you can't, right? Like if you're up against Tyson McGuffin and he's able to do the drop serve, like you're not going to be able to hit it back, right? Would you agree with that? Maybe 9 out of 10 times you can't, but 1 out of 10 you might be able to, but it's probably not going to be very fun for you.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like if it's that type of situation where like 9 out of 11 I'm not able to return, yeah, it's not going to be super fun for me.
Right. So if that's the case and we start to realize that there becomes this difference in skill of, all right, I'm a 4-0 player, but this guy's like a 3-0 who just started playing a week ago and he was an incredible racquetball player and he can serve to where it's impossible for me to return. Is that going to be fun? Is that going to make you want to play more or put yourself in a beginner's shoes and you're up against somebody who can do that, who maybe is like a 3-0 or a 2-5 and they're able to just rip their serves? Is that going to be fun?
I don't think it'll be fun, but I don't think that is going to happen. I don't think a 2-5 or 3-0 player will be able to serve like that, to be honest.
And that's where I think you and I disagree. I've met plenty of 2-5, 3-0 players who come from, let's say, a racquetball background, or they're all wrist, but they don't have any skill with pickleball, and they can just rip their serves. Everything is hard, and they're going to be able to show up, use that drop serve, and probably get just 2 or 3 points a game against another 3-0 simply from that. And that's the part where I feel like it's taking away from the skill of pickleball, which the game is played at the kitchen.
Yeah, I guess that just shows that you're not as skilled as I am because I've never experienced that before.
Oh, whatever. 6-time champion right here. How many medals in 4-0 have I won? And how many have you won? I don't know. I'm just trying to say.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know. I have not experienced it yet. Maybe if I experience that, I'll feel the same way. But I have never I mean, it's all new, so I don't know. I haven't played a whole lot with people doing the drop serve, but I have not experienced a time where somebody very low level or new to the game can ace me or make it to where it's unreturnable. So I'll have to see if I experience that. I'll let you know.
Well, then
I don't
what's
think
your
it's-
opinion on it? Because
it's
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
you asked me
I don't think
mine,
it's
so
gonna happen. Yeah, no, I like both rules. The let serve thing, I am absolutely for, and the drop serve thing, I am also for. But I mean, maybe that'll change if I come across somebody that is able to, like, if somebody that's brand new to the sport, and like you said, like, is not good at playing pickleball after the serve. I haven't experienced that yet. Maybe that'll happen, but it hasn't happened yet.
well,
So
don't you
I'll
remember that
see,
3-0 tournament
and,
I'm referencing where we couldn't return those guys' serves? The first 3 he did.
yeah, but that was like before I even knew how to do anything in pickleball. So I feel like I can't judge too much on that because like anybody with any kind of tennis or racquetball skill was going to destroy us.
Yeah, but even now, we weren't able to return any of those 3 serves. You and I now at this skill level maybe would have been able to return one of those 3. Just the way he was getting behind that ball. And perhaps it was an illegal serve. I don't even know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that even at our current skill level, we would have done much better returning his serves.
I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like I would do just fine if I played against that same person at this point in time with the exact same way they were serving.
I don't know, man. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I think we might have been able to keep one of his 3 that he did where he ripped it cross court and that ball was 10 feet away from our paddle when we stuck it out. Maybe one, if we're lucky, we would have been able to get back and play. Now you throw a drop serve on top of that. Why would he switch it up? Now he has every single advantage to his power there with the way he liked to serve that ball. And he was not a great pickleball player. He just had a really good serve.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'll be sure to let you know once I experience people that use the drop serve. I'll let you know if there's anybody that I'm not able to return the serve from.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it's adopted across all levels, from lower levels to mid levels to pro levels. It's going to be interesting to see what people think.
Absolutely. But I thought tonight was a super fun night. We talked about our top 10 favorite moments. We had a lot of awesome messages from previous guests. It was just a super fun night. I love this episode every year.
That's right. And 2021 is a new year that's happening in, 9 days from now. And Webby, we have a lot of plans. Do you want to share any things that we anticipate happening in 2021 with everyone?
Oh, man, we have a lot of big plans. We're going to take a little bit of time off from the podcast. This is our season finale, if you will, our season 3 finale. We're going to take a little time off. We already have our first episode of 2021 planned, and you are not going to want to miss it. It is going to involve not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4 Hall of Famers. So stay tuned for more information about that. We are also most likely going to be doing a lot more Eddie and Webby live streaming and commentary. Eddie and I will be co-hosting the 2021 Beer City Open along with Andrea Coop this summer, or the summer of 2021. Man, there's so much more. There's going to be a new music video. There's going to be a new Eddie and Webby music mashup pickleball song parody compilation, and probably a lot more bad Dink Reading videos, in addition to many more projects that we have cooking up in our minds. You're not going to want to miss it.
That's right. We might have some more A-list celebrities jumping on the podcast. I'm not going to name any names. Yes. And I hate when people do that on podcasts, but I understand why they do it now. We can't talk about it, but just know that there is going to be at least one, if not more, A-list celebrity coming on in 2021. We might have a little refresh of our graphics. there's a lot of great things that we want to be able to do in 2021, and I'm excited for it. I know you are as well, Webby, right?
Oh, for sure. Oh, and I will finally defeat Eddie in the Eddie versus Webby championship thing that we've got going on. We got a brand new belt that's going to be on the line, and I feel like it's going to be hanging up right around there on the wall in the very near future.
It's not going to happen. It just can't. I mean, it's inevitable.
I don't know, man. I've had a clinic from Riley Newman. I recently did some singles action with Zane Navertil, in addition to at least 2 other pro pickleball players that have yet to be announced, but will be featured on in a future installment of Webby versus everybody.
So you've played with 10% of the amount of pros that I have. Good job.
Yep. But even still, that just shows how embarrassing it's going to be for you when you lose to me.
True. I will give you that. I have a lot more to lose than you have to gain with Eddie versus Webby 7. I'll give you that much.
Exactly.
Well, we got plenty of stuff coming up in 2021, but this is a great way to be able to close out 2020. And I don't know about you, Webby, but 2020 was a messed up year, but we certainly did what we could to make the best out of it. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, for sure. It was a horrible year for the most part, but I still can't believe how many amazing moments that we had. We counted down 10 of them. We easily could have added another 10. That just shows how amazing pickleball is, because it gave us some incredible moments in such a horrible, horrible year. But it's only going to go up from here, and I can't wait.
That's right. We thank you guys very much for tuning in. This was episode number 80. So there's 80 of you out there still watching. And guess what? We appreciate you. We like you. We're in like with you. We're not necessarily in love with you. We're in like with you. But we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And on that note, Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
See ya.